In certain extreme situations, the law is inadequate. In order to shame its inadequacy, it is necessary to act outside the law, to pursue natural justice. This is not vengeance. Revenge is not a valid motive, it's an emotional response. No, not vengeance. Punishment.
Tonight we have a chance to say, yeah, you're right. We're too extreme, we're too wild, we're too out of control, we're too full of our own shit. Or we have a chance to say, hey, fuck you, you're wrong. Fuck you, we're right. Because you have all made it to the dance. Because believe me, this is the dance. Start the show.
Hey everybody, good evening and welcome to the first evening show of the week. Where's a good place for it? There we go. Oh, close to the bandsaw there, pal. There we go. There's our green light. Main Vein paid for a WPH tomorrow morning, so I got to find some stories for him. I think I might actually have a couple for tomorrow morning already. We've got a lot of clips that have to go up this week. I'm really sorry. I know the Hyde one did okay. I won't know how today's are doing until usually takes 24 to 48. But I hope we're not uploading too many clips for you. I mean, subs have gone up, viewership's gone up, so those are both good things. But I don't want to over inundate you, but we've got a lot from today's show alone. Today's show was very, very good. Go back and watch it on YouTube, Rumble, Kick, wherever you watch, Facebook, X, wherever. Go ahead and check them out. A lot of clips. How many clips in just the first two morning shows? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 of them. And some of them will be members only. I will be putting up more members only content both on Rumble and on YouTube. So be sure to check those out also. Oh my goodness. Excuse me. So much news was happening today. I couldn't keep up with all of it. I went out a little bit today. I got outside a little bit today, but when I would go back to kind of check on things, just more shit coming out. We're over inundated. More news comes out that just goes, oh shit, I was right. You know, right about that. I was right about that. I was right about that. It's getting obnoxious, and it's getting obnoxious for me. I can't imagine how obnoxious it is for you. But Destiny banned from Twitch today for good. He's got an Imholt ban. They didn't give him a Destiny ban. They gave him a Steel Toe ban. He's banned. He's gone. And, is Destiny not allowed to stream on YouTube? I don't get it. He was bitching about it today. We have the tweet right here. Unreal. Elon Musk and other conservatives just got me banned from Twitch. My entire income is gone now. So much for the party of free speech. Well, their guy just got shot in the neck, and then you started shitting all over his widow when she was by his coffin. I'm not going to make a judgment on whether or not that was an anti-free speech move on their part. I'm not going to make a judgment on whether or not that was against their values or whatever. There are certain, we're all human. And there are certain hot button, red button issues that are going to test people's principles or whatever you want to call them. And they're going to break them sometimes. People aren't robots, Destiny, as much as you want them to be. Someone told me today, they said, Aaron, you're absolutely spot on his stimulant addiction. And it makes sense. I've seen it before, and he's going down the same spiral. But they said, Aaron, you're missing one thing. He's jawing. He's got the stimulant jaw. I missed it, I guess. My thing was his eyes just are always darting all over. He can't sit still. and his pupils are super dilated, even in bright lights. It's wild. Like, and he's losing it. Like, mentally, he's losing it. He's gone full on internet brain. He's gone full on. The people on the internet are my real friends. The internet is totally real life, and it's broken the man. And he went on Piers Morgan's show. We've got a clip of that's up on our channel right now. But Elon Musk, Elon's been going after Hassan. I don't think Elon's been going after Destiny. Maybe he was. I don't follow that closely. I get the cliff notes. You know, I got a few Twitter places I follow. But he was saying shit like conservatives should be scared for their lives. It's better when conservatives are scared for their lives because otherwise they get out of pocket. And like, look, if I had a platform, would I have banned him from it? Of course not. But I don't run Twitch. A multinational, gigantic conglomerate runs Twitch. They don't have morals. They don't have ethics. I love when people go, where's Twitch's sense of free speech? They don't have one, nor are they supposed to. They are a company that is supposed to try and make as much money as they can. Where does free speech play into that? All right, and a lot of the people who use Twitch don't want free speech, to be honest with you. And we got to stop. Free speech is the government not being able to prosecute you for your speech. Every time you use someone else's house like you do with Twitch, and then they go, we don't like what you're saying, get the fuck out of our house, you've got to stop equating that to free speech. Do I think it sucks? Do I think it's wrong when these companies do that to people? Yes, but that's censorship. That's different than free speech. Censorship is legal. You're allowed to censor people. You're allowed to kick people out of your thing. It's crazy to watch everybody flip. A few years ago, conservatives were all yelling, oh, free speech. Oh, stop with censorship. Oh, stop with cancel culture. Now they're going, hey, if you don't like it, start your own thing. If your freedom of speech, but you don't have freedom from consequences, you have free speech, but not hate speech. And then liberals used to be, hey, you don't have hate speech and you start your own platform and blah, 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 blah. And now they're the ones going, well, what happened to free speech? So everybody's a hypocrite, to be honest. But Destiny was crashing out on Piers Morgan. He's been slowly losing his mind, and now this Kirk thing pushed him over the edge, and now his Twitch is gone. And they said, due to the severe nature of this violation, your access to Twitch services is indefinitely restricted. Apparently, hateful conduct was the reason. He got banned for hateful conduct. So Destiny's out. I don't think anything is lost in the discourse with him being gone. I think this is a guy who's losing it day after day. This isn't going to help, by the way. Usually, sometimes people will hit bottom and then they'll go, holy shit, I've been messing up. I need to do things differently. I screwed up. I need to reverse course. Destiny's not there. It's everybody else's fault. Everybody else is insane. Everybody else is crazy. Again, I've seen this before, and it does not end well. And Destiny is on that path. And losing the Twitch, again, that ain't going to help. So I found that out today. Also, we got the news that Robert Redford died, 89 years old. Every time one of these celebrities dies at like 89, obviously I feel bad, and Robert Redford did some cool stuff. But, I always come back to the same thing when they live this long. He didn't get cheated. He had a great long life. Of course, obviously his family's going to be sad. His fans are going to be very sad. But, he lived a great life and did a lot of incredible things and really was working almost all the way up until the end. So bravo to Rob Redford. And go watch The Natural. Don't watch Jeremiah Johnson. He did a lot of movies that a lot of people hold in high regard. To me, Jeremiah Johnson is weird and boring. I'm much more of a natural kind of. I'm a natural man. All right, let's get into some of your guys' input. And then we will get in. Because I don't want it to be like all Charlie Kirk stuff. Like, again, it's interesting to talk about. It's interesting to discuss. And yes, every 24 hours, there's more stuff to discuss because there is an investigation. It's not like we're going over the same ground over and over. But, like I said at the other thing, at the other at the other show, at the morning show, it just sometimes you're like, man, you feel it in your bones. You're like, you talked about it for so long. You go, I'm worn out on it. I'm just kind of worn out. Taste Fairy Ialto says you fell for another troll. Oh, did I fall? Is that my second one this week? He posted an old one. Is that why the first link to this that I got from, who's the guy? Yeet on Twitter. Is that why he deleted it? Because he reported it. That's the first link I had. So I went to the first link and I went, oh my God. I went, he's gone. He's done. He's finished. And then apparently, again, this was, wow, that was from 2022. All right, got me. Got me. That's two now. That's two. What was my other one? I got had by that guy with the septum piercing. Although, what does it say about our society that I guess a lot of people got had by that one? That was a very successful troll. What does it say about our society that we would buy that? That we're like, yeah, that seems totally fine. That seems okie dokie. Chevy fan says Chrissy is wearing a Charlie Kirk shirt. What a grifting whore. I'll be honest with you. I really think Chrissy gets way too much hate for what she is. I mean, I don't think anybody, like, no, she's wearing a Charlie Kirk shirt. Yes, like, half the country is basically wearing a Charlie Kirk shirt at this point. And, yeah, I don't know. I think Chrissy, like, her view count and her audience size is, I mean, it's not in relation to the amount of shit she gets from people, you know? I mean, come on. It just doesn't, it seems out of place. It seems a bit much, to be honest. Taste Fairy says they were both pretty good trolls, though. Yes, they were pretty good trolls. And yes, Luxray Luxor, we are going to go over the text messages between the shooter and his something friend, boy, girl. I don't remember if it's girl to boy, boy to girl, but whatever. We'll do that tomorrow morning. We're going to go into those. All right. Thank you to Red Fox Mad with $5. He says, Aaron, did you see the end of my Tampa Bay Buccaneers game? Baker was baking. My neighbor is a big Tampa Bay Bucks fan, and he texts me, and he's like, Baker's the man. Baker is fearless, so on and so forth. I'm like, well, Tampa must have done all right. And sure enough, they did. Me personally, I'm excited to see what Carson Wentz can do on Sunday against the Joe Burrow-less Cincinnati Bengals. Look, they got a terrible offensive line. If we can't put pressure, if the Bengals without Burrow isn't the game we can win on defense alone, I think we're in trouble. If we can go to 2-1, we can give McCarthy a week to get healthy, let him catch up to game speed. Hopefully we're going to be all right. I do not think that it's time to push the panic button. I just don't. Red Fox Mad says, Aaron, did you see JJ is out for 3 games or more? I'm hoping it's 2. Chef Maddock with $2 says, also Sunday, the death of the Vikings' perfect season. Well, I mean, it's not so heartbreaking when, you know, it's week 2. I mean, you know, a bunch of teams in the NFL are 1-1. And that's the other thing. When you zoom out a little bit, you're like, all right, look, we're 1-1. We got a soft spot in our schedule coming up. If you can win these next 3 against, a Burrow-less Cincinnati, Old Man Rodgers and the Steelers, and the Cleveland Browns. If you get those 3, you go into the bye 4-1. I think everybody would be happy. I think everybody would be fine. Luxray Luxor says Aaron Jones is out for a month too. Dude, our team is obliterated. Our team is obliterated by injury right now. Christian Darrisaw has to come back this week. Our offensive line cannot take another injury. We cut Justin School, the guy who's been filling in for him. Wentz is in there at quarterback, which means we're one step away from remember my crazy prediction. I'm like, what if Max Brosmer, undrafted rookie free agent Max Brosmer, gets in there, and we do have our quarterback of the future. We do have our young rookie quarterback of the future, but it's Golden Gopher Max Brosmer. instead of J.J. McCarthy. Stranger things have happened. See Brock Purdy. Or, our luck, Kevin O'Connell will do his reclamation project on Carson Wentz. He returns to 2017 form, and now we've got another quarterback controversy on our hands. It can never be clean. This is being a Vikings fan the last 38 years of my life. It can never be clean. It's always going to be like this. I'm not going to get surprised. I need Harrison Smith back. I need Van Ginkel back. I need Blake Cashman back. I need Christian Darrisaw back. The good news is this is Jordan Addison's last game of his suspension. Thank Jesus. But it's getting messy here at the start of the year. Jeff Jordan says Vikings should put the 2 cheerleaders in play. Shut your mouth, dude. It's not that far off. I think they're like third on the depth chart now at center, although they'd like to be playing tight end. Cocktiff says Wentz had one incredible season. That's it. Yeah, and then he tore his ACL. He was done. Dead Game says Harrison is needed at InfoWars. Not that Harrison Smith. All right, guys, let's get down to business. Thank you very much for those contributions early on here. You know the drill. Streamlabs, PayPal, Venmo, Super Chats, and Rumble Rants. 170 is the number for today or tonight. You guys went over last week. So a little credit, and I say this. Keep them rolling in nice and early. Yesterday morning was incredible. This morning we had one little rough patch, and you guys pushed us right past it. I appreciate it. Thank you so much for a perfect start to the week. Now let's show them what the evening show can do. Remember, our new schedule is Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, 6 to 8:30. Yesterday, my son started football. He looked awesome. His route running we've been working on was great. His hands were solid. He dropped a couple, but you're going to drop a couple. And I tell you what, man, the kid looked like he belonged there. That's for sure. I was happy. I was proud. I was excited. And he's pumped to go back next week, boy. So, and Gordy was a hit. I brought Gordy to the field. And Gordy gets a lot of attention wherever he goes. That doesn't mean he likes it, but he gets it. So that was, I'm very happy for the schedule change. I'm enjoying Mondays now. My son with football the next 5-6 weeks. I don't know. It's just, I like it. Do those double time, those two-a-days in the middle of the week when you got nothing going on. Might as well. Red Fox Mad with $1 says JJ's wife and new baby seem to be destabilizing his playing and his thoughts. He's still thinking of watching his wife push out a baby out of her vagina. Oh, that's a rookie move. You don't watch the baby come out of the vagina. You stay up by the head. You stay up by the head, my friend. Chad Buzmak says, what if he wants to be a Vikings male cheerleader? That's why he's in football. So he doesn't become a male cheerleader. Thank you. I'm a man without a country because I'm one of these guys who's, like most of the country, disgusted by the Charlie Kirk stuff. But at the same time, like the right also wants you to be disgusted by anyone who's happy about what Luigi Mangione did. And I'll be honest with you, the healthcare industry in this country, the evil that they visit upon people who pay their bills, pay their premiums, and they still find ways not to pay out, not for like blood drawing or something like that, but like serious diseases and serious treatment. They find ways to fuck people over, make them pay as much as possible, put them in a financial bind. It's one thing to not have insurance and not prepare for these moments. But for people who get insurance and they make the policy 5 million pages long so you can't read it without hiring a lawyer because they had a team of lawyers writing that policy. These people pay their bills every month. They pay their premiums. They have their coverage. And then they go in and for you to find a way to still fuck them out of money and not pay them. I'm sorry. But if you did that to a loan shark, he'd break your fucking legs. And with these healthcare assholes, you can't break their fucking legs. It's what I hate about the system we have. And if I have a problem with capitalism, it's this. The people with the money in capitalism can do things that fuck people over. And if those people who got fucked over try to get any level of retribution, the government protects, the people at the top, protects their money and protects their safety and protects their influence, you can't do anything to level the playing field, or you'll go to prison. They'll ruin your life. They'll take you to jail. So what are you supposed to do when driven to madness? What are you supposed to do when you have health problems and the fucking pieces of shit that you've been giving hundreds, if not thousands of dollars every month to for health insurance won't pay? And now, I mean, I think it's the leading cause of bankruptcy in the United States, or one of them, is medical bills. That's insane. To put a man like that in the corner and force him to act. I don't put Luigi Mangione in the same class that I put the guy who shot Charlie Kirk. Charlie Kirk did not do anything to anyone. Charlie Kirk went to colleges. He had debates. The guy who was the CEO of United Healthcare, he knew where he was working. He knew what he was running. He knew the industry he was a part of, and he expressed zero remorse and zero issues with the way they do that. As a matter of fact, he probably got lauded as CEO the more they didn't pay out, because it was more money left over for the shareholders. So he was rewarded for fucking people over. So I can understand how a Luigi Mangione gets to where he gets. I understand it completely, because these fucking bastards in the health insurance industry are allowed to put people into bankruptcy, again, that pay their bills, that have their insurance. You know, say what you want about automobile insurance, but if I wreck my car, there is a set number I pay, and then they give me a check. There is a deductible, and then they cut me the check for a new car. Health insurance, you have no fucking idea what's going to happen. You go in, you get all this treatment, you give them your major medical card, they run it, they accept your insurance, you think, okay, I'm great. I'll pay my deductible, I'll be out the door. $150,000 later, what happened? Well, your insurance only covered this much. Bullshit, my deductible's $6,000. I pay $6,000, which is still a lot. I pay $6,000, I'm good. Well, no, they don't cover this procedure we did. They cover that procedure that we do. Well, why didn't you come and tell me about the procedure? That's the other thing. The hospitals fuck you over because you go, well, I wasn't told that they weren't going to cover that. Well, we just did it anyway. You know, what other business does that? Oh, you didn't order this, and we didn't find out if you could pay for it or if the place that was responsible for you could pay for it, but we just did it anyway. It's a scam, and they're all in on it together. So to sit there and act like Luigi Mangione is the same as the guy who killed Charlie Kirk, horseshit as far as I'm concerned. So I bring that up because today, Luigi Mangione had a couple of charges dropped, the terrorism charges. He had them dropped. Now he's facing a bunch of weapons charges, like 4 or 5 weapons charges, and a second-degree murder charge, which carries with it 15 to 25 years in prison. Now, I think you really have to consider the option that somebody in that jury pool, I'd go to trial if I was Luigi Mangione, and maybe one person in that jury pool, because I think it's going to be in New York, believes that this health insurance stuff is scummy and decides to go juror nullification on the bit. It'd be interesting. But I don't want this guy necessarily out free walking the streets because he's got a screw loose and he holds a grudge and he's violent. But I'm not saying this is the answer because it's not. But what can you do to these people when they fuck over people you love, when they fuck over people you care about, or they just fuck over your fellow human being? What is our recourse? What can we do? You can't sue them. It's fucking expensive. Nobody can afford it. And you're already broke from the medical bills. You're not allowed to do anything. They are allowed to take your house. They are allowed to take your car. They are allowed to put you in poverty. And you paid your bills. You paid your premium, and they're allowed to do all this to you, and you can't do anything back. You have no recourse. That is how you create desperate people. So Eric Doherty was on Twitter today, and he goes, look at these pieces of shit cheering the Luigi Mangione thing. Let's put this up in the corner. There we go. He goes, look at these pieces of shit cheering that Luigi Mangione had charges dropped against them. You need to listen to these people. These are Americans. They are mad. They don't like the health insurance system they have. You can sit here and demonize them and say they're garbage and say they're terrible people. I think the smart thing to do is listen to the streets, find out what they're saying, because it ain't going away. You got to find out what's going on here. These are a lot of people who aren't hateful. They aren't bad. These are a lot of people who are desperate and fed up. And what Luigi Mangione did spoke to them on some level. That's one of the reasons that conservatives, wealthy conservatives, need to demonize anyone celebrating Luigi Mangione. That hug right there. Poor black people and poor white people get together and realize who's fucking them over. These wealthy Republicans are going to have a lot of pressure. A lot of pressure.
Pam Bondi defends a fucking pedophile, so I'm glad this is the result.
Is he wrong? Does Pam Bondi not defend a...
That's amazing. But that just shows them we're all together, right? Because they were like, they can't let that shit slide. Yep. Guys, this is on everybody, right? Because we didn't let that shit slide. So you know we didn't let that.
Look, I will not take my political advice from a man in a Luigi hat. I'm not exactly against you, sir. But I can't in good conscience get your back in that hat. Take the hat off, please.
Right. That's right. That's right. Free!
Luigi!
Free!
Luigi!
Free!
Luigi!
Free!
Luigi! Luigi!
Streets, disciple, streets, disciple, streets, disciple. Underrated Nas track. Underrated Nas track. So I saw a lot of people in conservative circles. They were not happy about that. But I just, please tell me the answer. Please give me another answer, because nothing I don't accept. I don't accept the answer of nothing. Well, just do nothing. These people are fucking people over. People, again, who pay their premiums, who are not deadbeats, people who are paid up, and they get fucked. What are those people supposed to do? You can't just do nothing. Let's go into the chat and see what the audience wants. Let's see what they're talking about. QAnonymous says, fuck these people. Cheering Luigi means they are hateful. Then I guess there's part of me that's hateful too. Because there is part of me that totally gets this. There is part of me that understands why they're mad. Ablo Pacheco says, after what happened with me by United Healthcare, I would have supported Luigi as well. However, I'm not a sociopath. Oodles of Toodles with a good question. Luigi, state charges or federal charges? I feel like they're New York charges. I feel like my gut's telling me New York charges. We talked about this earlier today. I think they are state of New York charges. Rabbi Smoothie says, you ought know better than to mess with the man's hat. Well, yeah, I mean, especially Tim Pool. Lander says they are virgins when it comes to conflict, and it shows. What, the Luigi hat? Is that what gave it away, that they're not exactly bar fighters from Roadhouse? Historically White says, don't fall for their bullshit. Karen, that's not my name. It's 44Ron. Don't you guys? Guys, can you please show Historically White how to spell my name properly? Please, he's wondering. Karen thinks Malcolm X is cool. I love Malcolm X. But I love him before Mecca. I liked it when he really fucking hated white people. And he was like, black people should all get guns. And I mean, we saw how that worked out. But still, he's like, yeah, it's fucking get after it. Black separatism. Like, I don't know. He was a madman. He was a madman. M. Pitt says, fall of society, saying death of any kind is okay. Don't get it twisted. I am not sitting here saying any kind of death is okay. It's not what I'm saying. What Luigi Mangione did was against the law, and he should have to be punished for it. However, what I am saying is, if you can't understand that man's anger, if you can't understand that man's rage, then you're insane. Then you are so passive, you will be walked over at every turn. I'm not saying you should, I'm not saying you should go out and, do what Luigi Mangione did. I mean, of course not. What I'm asking is, give me, instead of telling me this is the fall of a society, blah, blah, tell me what frustrated, angry people are supposed to do about our healthcare system. What do you want them to do? Vote harder? I mean, we asked for healthcare reform in this country. You know what they gave us? Obamacare, which if you think Obamacare was a liberal program, you're out of your fucking mind. It was a conservative giveaway to the health insurance companies. They forced people to buy private health insurance. The insurance companies did great because of Obamacare. That was a very Republican, because this country wouldn't let Obama try any liberal health insurance stuff. Remember the public option idea that got sacrificed at the altar of passability? That was a very Republican deal. The Affordable Care Act. Dexter Morgan says you don't fix problems with killing people. Got it. We've said that 1 trillion times. Now we're stuck in the mud. Please, what would you like people to do? What would you like people to do? And no, Dexter Morgan, when I told people to spell my name right in the chat, my name is not spelled 4-4 mashed potato. That's not, I have no association with potatoes whatsoever. Brian says everyone has a breaking point. Everyone. Landers says, no, we all understand his anger, but he should have met the man to his face, not a bullet to the back like a fat-ass coward. I get that. I understand that. That's a good point. Romney care first. Yeah, this was a Nixon-Romney thing. 4-4 Ron, Tot Pockets Imholt. No. I am not Tot Pockets Imholt. Chevy fan with $1 says, talking about you on Stein now. I love Alex Stein. I don't even care what Alex is saying about me. Good, bad, indifferent. I love Alex Stein. Alex Stein's not going to get me to say anything bad about him. Although McBuster says Alex Stein just called Aaron funny live. Oh, God, he's going to have psychopaths writing to him for that one. Oh, boy. He's gonna, it doesn't matter what anybody else says. It doesn't matter if he shits on me the rest of the way. If he said that I'm funny, he's fucked. God bless Alex for that. Thank you. No, there's nothing Alex can say on his show about me that's going to get me to dislike Alex. Someone says snipe it. No, I'm not going to snipe it just because I don't want him to talk about things that I don't want to talk about, and then I got to, I don't want to do anything like that. Let the pimp on a blimp cook, baby. Lander says, Alex said Aaron indeed has a micro penis. Oh, he can't say, no. Why would he say something like that? That's terrible, but I won't give up on Alex. Chevy fan says, Alex said, why couldn't it have been you over Charlie? Now, I guarantee you, Alex did not say, why couldn't it have been me over Charlie? Although, if you guys want to do a fun bit and just tell me Alex is saying certain shit, some streamers just go absolutely fucking crazy about this, and they'll believe all of it. They'll believe, oh, so-and-so said this about you. They're like, what? I swear to God, I'm going to... Rah. But, like I said, there's nothing Alex could say about me that would upset me. But if you guys want to try, I'm all right. Funeral director with $5 says, if you put the leaked DMs between Kirk Sass and Kirk Assassin and boyfriend into ChatGPT and ask if the texts are legitimate, it will say they are very likely fabricated. Is that true? He really would it? That's interesting. I was watching Candace Owens before the show started. She had 292,000 people watching her. Jesus fucking Christ. Nader P with $1 says, looking to buy Komatsu bulldozer and some steel plates. I have no idea why. Dusty Rhodes says, Karmic X is on Alex Stein. My boy made it. I made him. I nurtured him. I presented him to the world, and now he's made it on Stein. Oh, it's so sweet. That's just... It makes me so happy. Landers says, well, Alex called me and asked me because he knows I have seen said micro penis. Oh, and you told Alex? Son of a bitch. Why are we shit-talking Keanu in the chat? Satan's Mechanic said, Alex said he has a commercial for Idaho Spuds lined up for you, Aaron. Why? I don't understand. There's no association between myself and potatoes. Taste Fairy Ialto says, Alex just confirmed you keep instant mashed potatoes in your pockets. I don't. In fact, you know what? I take it back. There is something Alex can say about me that would upset me greatly, and it's that I carry mashed potatoes in my pockets. Luxray says, Alex just said you are a Jew-loving gay F word. Son of a bitch. People are mad that I said I made karmic. Guys, calm down. Jesus, I'm talking shit. You have to stop being that. Some of you have to stop being that way because I love you and I love that you watch this show, but the fact that you don't get me after 10 years is infuriating sometimes. Stop saying you made karmic act stuff. Did you ever think that maybe I say it because you react that way? And that everybody else in that gay universe that I'm above and beyond, that I talk like that because it's easy to get a rise out of them that way? Did you ever think, touch some grass, spend some time in the real world? That's how you fuck with people. Good Lord, man. Let's go to, what else is Alex saying? That was actually a good bit. He did not say that I keep mashed potatoes in my pockets. That is not. Dexter Morgan says, Karmic got to Stein's studio before you. I've been on Alex's show 3 or 4 times. I've been on Alex's show quite a bit. Quite a bit. Biggest streamer in Minnesota, eyes told. All right, we got a bunch of stuff to do tonight as we continue on. What's the number? 165? All right, 165 away from today. Not bad. 79 memberships on Rumble away from 500. 500 would be our all-time record. And I was taking a look at what the expirations are looking like these next couple of days. We do have a shot. I think we got a good shot at 500 this week. So keep those up. We appreciate it. Streamlabs, PayPal, Venmo, Super Chats, Rumble Rants. Poobah with $2 says, Aaron, Alex Stein just said your obsessive fetishization of women's foreheads is incredibly disturbing, but tolerable. We'll see. He ended it with a very nice thing. Historically white, it is not a baby blue Yeti. It is a green Yeti. Thank you very much. Would this be a chartreuse? I believe this would be a chartreuse. All right. Oh my God. Oh my God. I'm going to show you what I just saw, and I hope you don't die from it. All right. I didn't get a warning before I opened this up. I knew I was doing this story. I saw it earlier today, but I didn't know this was the one that was kicking things off. I might need a minute. There was a cyclist that it's a trans cyclist. It's a man transitioning into a woman and is racing in cycling against the women and kicking the shit out of them. So some women showed up to protest. And the trans cyclist was not happy about these protesters confronting him on him racing in these female races. So he decided to confront the protesters. Now, don't get me wrong. Far be it for me to say anything that could be construed as transphobic, but isn't confronting a shitload of female protesters and bowing up to them, isn't that a very masculine trait? I'm asking. By the way, here you go. Sorry, I should have warned you. I'm sorry. I apologize. That better be a nose job. Because if not, God has been slowly trying to choke this person to death through their nasal cavity. But this was a trans cyclist who was competing in a race championship on Sunday. Members of a women's rights group protested their participation, and race officials attacked them. Now, one of the trans people easily won the race, dominated from start to finish, this summary says. It wasn't even really a race at all. He was just way out in front the entire time. Mr. Wolf did not have a good showing at all. Maybe not his normal event. Or maybe his balls were in the way. Those hurt when you sit on them like that. Women Are Real is the name of a group that showed up to protest against the event for allowing men to compete against women. They were met with open hostility, not only from spectators, but from one of the male participants, Connor Chelsea Wolf, a man born in 93 who has had significant hormone therapy and surgery to make himself look and sound like a woman. So as these protesters were approaching and protesting this race, Connor Wolf got up and decided to confront the protesters.
The shotgun, motherfucker!
What's going on here?
We got some fucking fascists out here crashing the race, and they just stole their protest sign. Get fucked, Nazi!
They stole what?
I can tell you
Their
these two
protest
women
sign.
had
That it's so sad, like when these guys undergo hormone therapy to sound more effeminate, they end up sounding like Bobby Brady or Peter Brady when he's going through puberty. They just sound like a dude whose voice is cracking, right? It's so sad, man. Like nobody's helping these people. That's the other crazy part about it. They let them live the delusion. They let them live the illness. Somebody prescribes them drugs. I mean, they should be held to account the same way the doctor that was giving pills to Chris Benoit got held accountable, because this person, they're in a bad way mentally, psychologically, and someone just writes them a prescription to completely alter their body chemistry, and then they totally enable this thing instead of maybe, doing some therapy, digging deep into finding out what happened in this person's past, the unresolved trauma that's causing them to process it this way, which is, demonstrably unhealthy. And we let it happen. Not only that, we coddle it. And if anyone has the balls, ironically, to criticize it, we try to shut them up.
sign that said no male and female cycling.
I don't have you in there.
And we're not a big fan of it. So
Yeah, we don't fuck with fascists.
So we just took the sign.
Fascist. You hear that? You're a fascist now because you would like women. Again, a biological woman had to finish second in this race because someone who was born a male and lived most of their life as a male got to race in this thing. It does hurt women. It does set them back. That doesn't make you a fascist. You know what that used to make you? Keeping women cycling for women. You know what that used to make you about 5 to 10 years ago? It made you a feminist. Now you're a fascist. Do you see how the Overton window switches very quickly on these things?
That's how we feel about Nazis around these parts. This is America. Do you
So one of the trans cyclists goes, "This is America. We kill Nazis." Now, remember, this is this past Sunday. This is after the Charlie Kirk thing. These people are simply protesting because they feel that this is unfair to female cyclists. And this person is going, "This is America. We kill Nazis." This is like the perfect demonstration of what this country's going through with the Charlie Kirk deal. As long as you call them fascists and as long as you call them Nazis, you can justify doing anything you want to them. Kind of like how the Nazis dehumanized people. And once you dehumanize them in the eyes of the German people, well, shit, whatever you need to do to get rid of them, go for it, mein Führer. Now these people claiming to be the anti-fascists go, "Well, if I just call this person fascist, that makes them a Nazi. This is America. We kill Nazis." I mean, that's not even a leap.
Know that we were actually asked by women racing to come here? Women racing against you. Oh, yes, we were, hon. Yes, we were, mister.
Even if you were, we don't give a fuck because they're also sore losers.
Well, you know what?
They're also sore losers. This is what I mean. They don't fucking care. They don't have any compassion. They don't have any empathy for these women that this is thrust upon. These aren't just good people who were put in a difficult situation. Some of the people who do this they're parasitic. They're destructive and they don't give a shit. Who cares? They're sore losers. You're cheating. If any of these women tested positive for as much testosterone as you have in your body, they would be kicked out of racing.
The women that you think are your friends, and not your
So
friends.
great. Thanks for letting
Sounds
us
like
know
they
that
should
there are more of
get
you.
more skills.
Yes, and they're riding next to you,
They should get skills.
racing you, okay?
And they can't do shit, can they?
They can't. The arrogance. They should get more skills. Bro, they can't get male skeletal and muscle structure. Like they can't, there's nothing they can do for that.
Unfortunately, today,
You ain't gonna get anywhere with Formula 6, motherfucker.
Really?
You got somewhere with Yusuf, but they were already fascists all along. So.
See, it's always, they're fascists. I mean, if they object to anything we want to do, they're just fascists. That's convenient. That's healthy.
all right. So a woman who actually wants to race against other women is a fascist?
I'm gonna play some music. Hell yeah.
Yeah. All right, well, thanks for
Bye.
thanks for having the man show up.
Bye.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Go suck, start a shotgun.
Go suck, start a shotgun. Or suck off a shotgun.
Why should women have to race against men? Why should women have to race against men?
We don't want to engage with you. Go suck, start a shotgun.
Go suck a sawed-off shotgun. I'm sorry, but I can't get to your penis. Hey-oh!
I'm sure you can figure it out.
Why do you let men in the race?
I don't want to engage with you because I don't respect you.
Oh, well, I mean, that's fair.
I'm a Nazi, piece of shit. I'm a piece of shit.
Bye.
Why should men have to race?
Go Michelle!
Why should men have to race? Why should women have to race against men? You're a Nazi piece of shit. All right. You're clearly being remarkably reasonable, and we're the crazy ones. Hunter with $2 says, they say they want them dead. They are not lying. I mean, that's just it. You can say that people are being dramatic. You can say that people are being too excitable. When they say things like, when Sam Hyde says these people want you dead, and you go, well, you know, just when you start thinking, well, maybe that's a little extreme. Here's an example of someone in the real world going, you're a Nazi. We kill Nazis. Go suck a sawed-off shotgun. And like all this really violent speech. It's really threatening, violent speech. And it's just so remarkably uncalled for. I mean, if you can't see the point, like even if you are trans, and even if you do want to race, like just the fact that you can't understand their point of view it's troubling. It really is. Thank you very much to Matthew Q with $2. Matthew says, I do have to say I am kind of sick of being called just because I'm a white straight male by a person who calls themselves a socialist that has purple hair and is queer. Little John Rocker in that one. Thank you very much for that $2. $1 from Professor Tie-Dye. Says, to be fair, you did take first place in the women's headbutt competition. I've never headbutted anyone. Stop it. Professor Tie-Dye. Oh, no, that was the dollar. Thank you. 383 Novocaine with $1 says, starts funny, but takes a turn. Oh, boy. Mr. Sista with $1 says, kitty girl, you said you wanted to role play Colin Farrell and used mashed potatoes for lobe, and you pulled the taters out of your pocket before you made my booty smashed potatoes. What the fuck is that? Oh, man. And we got the one from Grand Poobah. That's troubling. That's troubling to me. The visual they came up with Colin Farrell and the mashed potatoes, it's fucked up. 160 away from tonight. Thank you very much. I appreciate the support. Streamlabs, PayPal, Venmo, Super Chats, and Rumble Rants. Red Fox becoming a member over on YouTube for 40 months. He says, oh, no, and then I just lost it. There we go. Aaron, what do you think of Tom Brady being in the Raiders coaching booth with a headset on? A little weird, seeing as he works on TV, but also he owns part of the team. So if you wanted to address like that hypocrisy, they should have done it at the beginning of the year or whenever Brady's contract started. I mean, it's kind of late now. Here's a story out of Cokato Elementary School. What the fuck? This is from early this morning. This just got sent in. Oh, no. 2 Cokato Elementary School students, this is about 15, 20 minutes away from where I lived for years in Litchfield. 2 Cokato Elementary School students were sent to the hospital Wednesday, September 10th, after allegedly eating a candy bar that had magic mushrooms. How the fuck did this happen? The 2 students, ages 5 and 6, were sent to the school nurse's office after staff noticed the children were laughing and crying. According to a Wright County Sheriff's Office search warrant affidavit filed in Wright County District Court. I think we should talk to that teacher. He's like, hey, what's going on? I think this 5 and 6-year-old are on mushrooms. How the fuck do you know? You need to have a little talk. A staff member recalled one of the students brought a chocolate bar for snack time and reported finding a wrapper for a melt magic mushroom chocolate candy bar in the garbage, according to the search warrant. You didn't find that to be important? The candy bar's packaging purportedly states the chocolate bar contained 6 grams of magic mushrooms, according to the search warrant. Don't anybody call either of these kids a lightweight, all right? I've had a 5 milligram weed gummy before, and I'm not a weed guy, and that gave me a buzz. So I'm not going to say shit about these poor kids. According to the search warrant, the bar had 10 pieces, with half a bar considered to be a melt-away dosage. The packaging, according to the warrant, is clearly labeled 21 plus and to be kept away from children. Both students were sent to the hospital, according to the search warrant affidavit, and their conditions are unknown. The St. Cloud Times was unable to immediately reach the Wright County Sheriff's Office, the Dassel-Cokato Public School District, or the Wright County Attorney's Office for comment. Yeah, they probably are not eager to speak with the media about the 5 and 6-year-old that got fucked up on mushrooms on their watch. School officials were reportedly unable to reach the mother of the student who allegedly brought the chocolate bar to school. Well, she was fucked up on mushrooms. According to the search warrant affidavit, the father reportedly said the child was at their mother's house in Cokato the night before, as both parents share custody. Well, Dad, are you ready for full custody and some child support money coming your way? Attaboy, Pops. Look at that. Look at you. Well, you better change your work schedule. They're going to be there a lot more. And whenever they're with Mom, she's going to have a liaison like Daniel Hillard and Mrs. Doubtfire. Once recovery efforts were underway, the students who allegedly brought the chocolate bar to school reportedly told a Wright County Health and Human Services social worker that they got the candy from their mother's refrigerator. You fucking keep your mushroom candy bars in the fucking refrigerator. The Wright County Sheriff's Office executed a search of the mother's home. A search warrant inventory states authorizes seized several pipes, 2 syringes filled with liquid, and controlled substances from the residence. Naloxone, also known as Narcan, was also found. Fuck. Well, Dad, they're all yours now. Tests showed the controlled substances allegedly consisted of fentanyl and meth. According to the criminal complaint filed by Wright County, the methamphetamine was reportedly found next to a children's cup and clothing killer. Honestly. The Wright County Attorney's Office filed charges against the mother on Friday, September 12th. Charges consist of felony controlled substance possession, storing methamphetamine paraphernalia in the presence of a child, and endangering a child. All 3 charges, if convicted, could carry up to 5 years in prison or a $10,000 fine. Oh, guess what? She was on probation for another meth-related case. Now, is the dad like a equally shitty dad and that's why they have to share custody? Or is this one of those no matter what, mom gets the kids kind of deal? This is insanity. She needs to go away. I mean, you can say, oh, well, she's a mother. She can't be away from her children. I don't think she's any good to her children in the current state she's in. Jesus, man. Oh, my God. Los Federales with $1 says, I just found the final boss. Grand Poobah says, oh, Christ, put that woman away. Aboliticia says she's a walking monstrosity. Yeah, I mean, Unbelievable. Chad Buzmak says, if they ever raid Toe, all they will find is tots. That's Reformed rapscallion, you piece of shit. Red Fox Mad with $4.99 says, everyone subscribe and hit the thumbs up button to the best show on the planet. Cheers, get the beer out. Thank you, buddy. Thank you so much. 155 away from tonight. Hey, just keep going. You're doing great. 155 away from calling it a win for the Toe tonight and starting off the week. Nice. The morning show people have started off the week very, very nice. And to be honest with you, I'm waiting to see the answer from the evening show crowd. Here's what I can ask you to do. Hit like, hit subscribe, hit follow, no matter where you are. Go ahead and hit all of those buttons. And thank you, Matthew Q, for the $2. Aboliticious gifting a membership. That puts us just 78 away from 500. Let's keep this pace up on the memberships this week, by the way. 500 would be our all-time record, and we are closing in. So thank you so much, and thank you, Aboliticious, for gifting that one. 150 away from tonight. Again, thank you, guys. Keep it up. I think if you keep the pace you're on now, we can knock this thing out a membership or $5 or whatever at a time. We did get official word. This was a conspiracy theory until today. The guy who distracted the police from the Charlie Kirk shooter, it turns out he, a lot of people, there was a lot of talk at the beginning of this. He was saying, kill me. He admitted to being the shooter, so on and so forth. And a lot of people went, wait a minute now, let's not jump to conclusions. Let's not, speak out of turn, anything like that. Well, his name is George Zinn. Don't look at the early life section. And, really don't look at the early life section, because George Zinn, when he was detained by police, they asked for his phone. And they said he was extremely hesitant to give up his phone. That he didn't want to surrender it, and they thought that was very weird. Well, when they got the phone, what they found out was old George Zinn likes to look at pictures of CP. Cheese pizza, C-Sam, whatever they call it on you. I do hate that about YouTube, that you can't talk like a fucking grown-up. It is a little obnoxious, but whatever. It's their world. We're just paying rent. George Zinn, they call him a political gadfly. They say he's kind of politically active all around the region. And he purposely distracted the police so the shooter could get away. Now, does this aid the conspiracy theory that Candace Owens is alluding to, that maybe a certain country, namely Israel, had something to do with it? I don't know. Just because a Jewish man who's politically active caused a distraction so the shooter could get away, and then said Jewish man had CP on his phone, I don't know. Are they going to let old George Zinn fly to Tel Aviv like that cyber chief guy, like Netanyahu's buddy? They going to let him take the Tel Aviv Express, or is he going to actually have to show up in courts? They did find CP on his phone. Zinn's presence at the assassination, along with his history of being at or near other incidents over the decades, has, of course, led him to being part of a wild theory in the last several days. It's funny that Not the Bee, which is run by Seth Dillon, who I think, is that Cassie Dillon's husband? Anyway, Seth Dillon, who is Jewish and who was at that retreat in the Hamptons that Candace Owens was talking about, that they summoned Charlie Kirk to, he won't say what the theory is. The guy who runs the Not the Bee will not. He says Zinn's presence at the assassination, along with his history of being at or near other incidents over the decades, has led to him being part of wild theories in the last several days. Why won't Not the Bee tell us what those wild theories are? See, like I said it this morning, and I've said it ever since they caught the guy. I think we got to put the Israel theory to bed. But here's the problem with putting the Israel theory to bed. I always want to, and then shit happens around it that still doesn't make me think it's possible that that's what happened. But then the people who respond to it are so jittery and jumpy about it that I go, wait a minute. All you had to say was, no, this guy's not part of some crazy conspiracy, and I probably would have let it slide whether I was right or wrong. But your weird hemming and hawing makes me nervous. I'm sorry. But this guy, a born creep, this George Zinn, 71 years old, and a phone loaded with child intimate materials. No quarter for this guy, no protection for this guy. I mean, throw the felony obstruction charges at him and then load him up with this one too. Why not? Loaded Wrench with $5 says, I'm at Waffle House. This guy has a voice box thing in his throat. He starts ordering. I think it's Intergalactic by Beastie Boys. What? I don't understand what that means. But thank you. Thank you. Hunter with $5. No shit, really? So that is true. I read that today and I was like, no fucking way. Hunter with $5 says he was arrested at 9/11 and the Boston Marathon attack. Shit. Bambi Rose says, honestly, I think they got the wrong guy. I don't have any evidence of that, so I can't go there. But I don't blame anyone for being skeptical. Thank you for those gifted or those $5 submissions, guys. I appreciate it. 145 away from today's goal. Streamlabs, PayPal, Venmo, Super Chats, and Rumble Rants. You guys are doing great today. Just keep that vibe up. And we've got this thing taken care of tonight. A good old $5 at a time run at it. Crowder Wears Panties says, I didn't think it was the Jays until Fuentes said it wasn't them, and all the texts between the shooter and his boyfriend wrapped everything up in a nice, convenient bow. Yeah, we're going to go through the messages tomorrow morning. And, I've taken a little bit of a look at them. A lot of people are complaining about Cash Patel's investigation. A lot of people are complaining about how the FBI has done this, and we're going to watch some clips of that in a second here. Not only that, but also I've heard rumors now that Cash Patel is on his way out at the FBI. I heard another rumor that Dan Bongino is about to be out at the FBI. Apparently, everyone's going to be out at the FBI. The rumor is, and I don't know what's smoke and what's not. The rumor is that Pam Bondi hates them both, and Donald Trump loves Pam Bondi. Cash is retarded. Like, if Cash Patel was no longer the head of the FBI, I think that would be fine. I think the deep state loves Cash Patel being in there because they can manipulate him. They can use them. He's not an incredibly bright guy. And I think they can kind of work around him a little bit. So I don't think Cash Patel is a big threat to the deep state. I mean, just look at how ineffectual he's been on Epstein. And look at the shit he's getting for this investigation. So I don't know, man. If you're the if you're the deep state people, I think you want Cash Patel in there. Dexter Morgan says, Alex Stein just said you're an insensitive cunt. What? I'm gonna get that, Alex Stein, if it's the last thing I do. Insensitive cunt, how dare... Oh, you, Alex Stein, you're in so much trouble. You little bastard. Chad Buzamok says, I got placed in timeout in Alex Stein chat for saying Google Kiki nudes for her dates. I don't think Keanu cares that her nudes are out there. I really don't. I think when some big fat fuck RPs her, I don't think she likes that very much. When some man-child, neck-bearded fucking creep puts him out there because he's pissed that he lost a debate about something retarded anyway that he brought up, I think that kind of annoys her a little bit. But I don't think she minds that they're out there. I think she's said that many, many times. All right, guys, let's wait a minute. Is Alex Stein, does he have Keanu and Chrissy on there and then Karmic as well? Is this on his Blaze show or is this just his YouTube channel? Because if it's on his Blaze show, like, does Glenn Beck watch it? Like, does Glenn Beck watch this and go, what the fuck is he putting this on? Like, why is he putting these irrelevant people out there? What is he doing? Or is this just on Alex Stein's own thing? If it's on his own thing, fuck around. Do your thing. Chad Buzamok says KB also put them out there and she was pissed. I think it is. I think really what it is it's the why people do it that might upset her. McBuster says it's his YouTube channel. He had Kiki, Chrissy, Karmic, and Joey C on. Okay, so it wasn't for the Blaze. Now it makes sense. Ryobi says, Aaron, how many times are you going to hit that damn soundboard applause? You know what? You know what? You're right, Ryobi. I should stop hitting the soundboard applause. I am not going to hit that soundboard applause unless donations of $5, a gifted membership, or more come in. Because I am not going to piss off Ryobi. And guys, I'm letting you know right now that if you contribute $5, a gifted membership, or more on Streamlabs, PayPal, Venmo, Super Chats, or Rumble Rants, I'm going to hit the applause. Ryobi's going to be very upset. He's not going to like it. So please do not send in more money. Because if you do, I'm going to turn on the green light. We're going to do a WPH and we're going to hit the applause. And Ryobi will not be pleased about it. So please, guys, let's just take it easy. Everybody calm down and we'll be fine. All right? Good. Everyone just fucking relax. 145 away from today. Keep going. Appreciate it. Randall Flagg says Keanu is so dumb, but man, is she smoking. I don't know. Like, I don't understand these people who try to pretend Keanu is not good looking. That's always kind of weird to me. It's like, come on. I mean, you can say whatever you want about Keanu. Everybody is allowed to, have their opinion about someone as an entertainer. But to say that Keanu's ugly, I mean, now we're just being dishonest. All right, here we go. No Pen 15 Fathead with $5 says, give Ryobi an applause. Oh, my goodness. Oh, no. $5. I said $5 or more, and we gotta throw in that applause thing for our buddy Ryobi. By the way, Ryobi has now started a debate in the chat about which power tool brand is the best, simply because of his name. That's it. Continuing on. Thank you, No Pen. 140 away from tonight. Keep it moving. 78 memberships on Rumble away from 500. So, speaking of Cash Patel, he was in front of Congress today. And old Cash, he was getting hammered, man. I mean, they were really going after him because he's kind of catching it from all sides. He's facing a lot of criticism about the Charlie Kirk investigation. I wish more people would criticize him for that really cringy Valhalla comment, but hey, wish in one hand, shit in the other. By the way, before we jump into this, almost 300 of you checking out the evening show right now, so hit like, hit subscribe, hit follow, hit share, whatever it is, pump it up. About 140 on Rumble, about 130 on YouTube, and then we got a few on Kick, a few on Facebook, and a couple dozen over there. Do the math. That's just about 300. Thank you guys very much. Keep sharing the show. We appreciate it. So Randall Flagg says Cash with a K, Cash App. PayPal, very funny. So Senator Mazie Hirono, who I believe is the senator from Hawaii, asked a question that was so good, I don't think she realizes how good it was. Mazie Hirono was asking Cash Patel about women in the military. And she was not happy about the fact that women have to do a pull-up in order to get into the military. That's just a pull-up. You do one pull-up as a woman, you can pass that part of the physical test to get into the armed forces. Now, remember, Mazie Hirono is one of these people who believes that trans women are women and they should be allowed to compete in women's sports with women. Wait until you hear the giant white flag of surrender she waves without doing it on the topic of women and pull-ups.
You've been asked some questions about changes to your hiring standard, and including college degrees and possibly the age. But,
Did she play the woman who owned the Huki Lau Cafe in 50 First Dates? We might need to Google that.
Question I had is...
Anytime,
that
young lady.
You are now requiring applicants to be able to do a certain kind of pull-ups, which a lot of women cannot because of physiological differences.
Wow. I did not know that Senator Mazie Hirono was a Nazi. Women have physiological differences from men? I have never heard this. I have only heard that men and women are the same, that if you transition, you're just as much of a woman as a regular woman, no different. There's no advantage in sports or anything else. Then we should be happy to do the pull-up. The pull-up should be great. By the way, tell me you've never been in a gym before when you go, they're asked to do some kind of a pull-up. I don't know. Is that like a fruit roll-up? Is it like the Depends I wear and most of the people here in the Senate wear? Which reminds me, we're out. Could somebody make a run? But what is this pull-up that these women must do?
Which a lot of women cannot because of physiological differences.
Huh?
Are you requiring these kinds of pull-ups?
We are requiring a physical program at BFTC at Quantico because FBI agents carrying guns in the field have to chase down bad guys and do really hard work. The physical fitness standards of those agents
are you requiring these kinds of pull-ups?
We are requiring everybody to pass the 1811 standards at BFTC. If you want to chase down a bad guy and put him in handcuffs, you better be able to do a pull-up.
I mean, that but again, I'll say this. It feels like a loss already. It feels like it's over for us that we just have to have that conversation. You know, we can all laugh that, Cash Patel got her, Cash Patel owned her, whatever. But the fact that this is a debate that's happening on the Senate floor, make no mistake, this is a loss for rationality.
The reason I ask is that there are concerns about whether or not being able to do these kinds of harsh pull-ups is really required of FBI pull-ups. Agents.
They're not pull-ups, ladies and gentlemen. Remember, they are harsh pull-ups. Hobo, you were a serviceman. Were they harsh pull-ups? Were they? I suppose maybe in Hobo's day, he probably had a drill sergeant yelling the gay F word at him while he did them. Those might be harsh pull-ups. Hobo would always look back and go, Dad, is that you?
Doing one pull-up is not harsh, and there are always medical exemptions to that.
I am gravely concerned by the state of the FBI under your control. And in fact, you are willing to take a cut in your agency of almost $500 million. So the FBI is losing dedicated employees, decades of expertise and specialization.
I don't think you're really losing much if you're losing people who can't do a pull-up. I don't really know. You can't do a pull-up. You're losing such an important agent. Really?
Leading to loss to early retirements, firings, and reassignments to immigration enforcement or conducting local police work. Thousands have already left. For as long as you remain as the head of the FBI, I fear the number of departures and summary firings will continue to grow. Mr. Patel.
Well, good. We'll lose a lot of fat fucks in the FBI. Well, even a fat fuck can do a pull-up. I mean, Christ almighty.
Before the vote on your nomination of this committee, I noted that your most significant qualification,
Brown.
This is not just something that I noted, but others, your most significant qualification was your 100% loyalty to President Trump. And I fear that that continues to be the motivating factor in your position as FBI director. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Mayor, Mr. Chairman.
Director Patel, did you have
Yes.
anything you wanted to say now?
That is an entire falsehood. You can delete my 16 years of government service to multiple administrations all you want. The fact is that I was a public defender. I was a national security prosecutor. I was a House intelligence staffer. I was a deputy director of intelligence. I was a chief of staff to the Department of Defense and the Secretary of Defense. I led the counterterrorism missions for the White House. Those are just some of the jobs I held in my 16-year career. There was no loyalty then. There's no loyalty now to anything but the Constitution.
Senator Brett.
Yeah, I think she got cooked pretty good on that one. Also, like even the chairman, like listen to how old and brittle and feeble these people sound. And these are supposed to be the people providing oversight. These are supposed to be the people who are, supposed to be in charge of like keeping up with things and keeping track and making sure that everything we do is, is running smoothly. These people can't make it to the bathroom on time. They wheeze when they talk. And this is supposed to be the thing that is supposed to be keeping us together. That's Jesus. Dexter Morgan says these senators are fucking ridiculous. I hate them all, especially the ones about 100 still working there. When I heard that chairman speak and he went, ugh, like when you hear a death rattle when they open their microphone, it's a bit of a problem. Chad Buzamok says you can look at her, and you for that matter, and no, not in gym. How dare you? When it comes to streaming, here's the unfortunate thing. I'm one of the skinny ones. 09 Canyon says, I went in a Snap-on truck. I wanted to see all the tools, but they were all put away for safety. What the fuck does that have to do with a cock-sucking thing at all? Aaron, watch the exchange with Adam Schiff. It gets we've got them all. We got Cory Booker. We got Adam Schiff. We're settling in for a little Cash Patel. I mean, we got to enjoy this Cash Patel shit. If any of the rumors are true, Cash Patel might be on his way out at the FBI. And don't worry, I'm going to feel pretty comfortable saying it's not like the Trump administration is going to nominate anyone that's going to release any of the Epstein files or anything like that. We are 140 away from tonight's goal. If you'd like to help out, hey, we're perfect so far. Matter of fact, I got to say, those morning people are pretty goddamn impressive with the way they've been hitting it. Go ahead and take back your crown. 140 away from tonight. Streamlabs, PayPal, Venmo, Super Chats, and Rumble Rants. We can watch our numbers fall, but we can watch our goal still get hit. All right, this is Cash Patel revealing information to Senator Hawley about the Charlie Kirk investigation. Now, some people were mad at this clip. They were saying that Cash Patel shouldn't be revealing all this information. I don't really know. I mean, I think he's there to reveal the information, so I don't know if that's really, I think that's a moot point. My main criticism would be, release the Epstein files, you fucking asshole. Here's Senator Josh Hawley. I like this guy, by the way.
It's done in this investigation. It's the FBI investigating the Kirk assassination as part of this broader pattern of anti-religious, anti-Christian violence.
We are investigating Charlie's assassination fully and completely and running out every lead related to any allegation of broader violence, and we're producing results on that we'll disclose when appropriate.
Good. I'm glad to hear that. Let me just ask you a few questions about that if I could. Sure. Reports have suggested that the FBI is investigating a broader network of groups that may have had some knowledge of the shooter's plans.
Uh-oh. That's not good. A network of 20 or so who may have known about the shooter's plan. Now, I'm guessing they're talking about the Discord server because none of these guys went outside. I'm guessing they're talking about people he talked to online. But if not, what the hell could that mean? Like, the more that slips out, the more my conspiracy brain gets going. When they arrested this guy, I was willing to go, oh, this is a guy with a trans partner who's pissed off about the way Charlie Kirk talks about the trans thing. He snapped. He was a crazy lefty, and he shot him. It seems plausible to me. But now you throw in this George Zinn guy, and then you start throwing in all these other actors that knew he might, be doing something. And it's just like, oh, okay, well, maybe we hold on a second here.
Can you give us any details on that, following up what you already said in public? How's the FBI working to find other potential accomplices, folks who may have known about the shooter's plans, folks who may have encouraged him? Any update on any of that?
So in terms of what we do for an interrogation perspective, we go and reach out to the family and community immediately. And we've conducted those investigations and interrogations with local law enforcement, and we're continuing to do that because those closest to the suspect are going to hopefully know the most about the suspect and his beliefs and his ideology. On top of that, unfortunately, it has been leaked that there was a Discord chat, and for those unfamiliar with it, it's a gaming chat room online.
I love when people 40 plus talk about internet things. It's always fun because A, I can keep up, and B, I can feel superior to them.
That the suspect participated in. So although
knowing more about like Discord and the internet is not superior, that I suppose I feel like a bigger loser than them.
Done is sort of legal process, not just on Discord, so that the information we gathered is sustained and held in a evidentiary posture that we could use in prosecution should it be decided to do so. And we're also going to be investigating anyone and everyone involved in that Discord chat.
Okay, very good.
Good. Scare the shit out of them. Scare the shit out of them so bad, they put their forearm over their eyes, they walk outside, and they go, what's that bright light? God damn it, get it away. What are those things on the sidewalk? Those are people. It's fine. They're gonna hurt me. No, they're just minding their own business. It's not. It's okay. Who did they vote for? Nobody cares. We come out here, we walk around. What do you do? Like, is there anyone to hit or throw something at or say mean things about? No, we just kind of walk around. We say hi to each other. You talk to each other? Oh my. See, if you want to get answers out of a Discord person and you're the FBI, just take them for a walk. Take them for a walk and go, look, if you think this is a lot of people, I will take you to Costco next, and I will not allow you to use the self-checkout. And they're like, I'll tell you everything you need to know. It was the joke. It's all you've got to do. And by the way, if you did not find that funny, you're probably on Discord a little too much.
I see the public reports that the Discord thread had as many as 20 additional users. It sounds like you're trying to run down all of that to see if that's accurate, who else may have been on that thread, what they may have known. Is that fair to say?
It's a lot more than that, and we're running them all down.
I don't think you're supposed to be doing that, though. Like, I think this is why people criticize Cash Patel, is because he's a little loose-lipped. You're in the middle of an investigation and you're announcing to the entire world, wherever these 20 people on Discord might be, 20 misfit malcontents who don't want to be found and don't want to be out in public. And you're announcing to them that you're looking for them and you're going to track them down. I don't know if that's a good idea.
A lot more than 20?
Yes, sir.
And you're running all of that together?
Every single one.
Great.
Yeah, fantastic. Let me just.
So even if you didn't think you were being looked into before, let me assure you, live on television and streamed online, we are looking for you. Oh, man. Yeah, let's do this. Chad Buzamok says, clip as requested by Aaron Imholt of Keanu Thompson on Alex Stein saying he is funny. Now, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Who the fuck is that guy? So there's Chrissy, there's Keanu.
Aaron is so easy to goof on. He's a fucking,
But and I'm gonna get killed for this. Aaron actually, because he can remember movies and stuff, he actually is pretty funny. He's not like
Look at that! Look at Alex Stein! Aaron's a funny guy.
a bad broadcaster.
No,
I don't,
fine.
and he's always getting the goal. I think that's so funny. He's like, we got a Venmo.
Venmo.
I love that. I think it's almost like I say pimp on a blimp. It's he is using trauma-based mind control to e-beg to his audience. But
was it? What did he say? Trauma-based mind control?
that. I think it's almost like I say pimp on a blimp. It's he is using trauma-based mind control to e-beg to his audience. But
and the only reason he fucking said that is because he called me funny, and he's a chicken shit because he knew he was going to get shit for saying I'm funny. So he's like, I got to say something bad about him. If I don't say something bad about him, a bunch of people are going to get really angry with me. Alex, do you now not understand my power? If you say something nice about me, an army of people will be ready with bloody teeth to take you apart. That's how I control people. I guess that is trauma-based mind control, isn't it? He's right. He's right. By the way, Keanu, my friend that I communicate with regularly, thanks for the not-so-glaring endorsement. Thank you very much, Alex Stein, for going, Aaron actually is a funny guy. And then Keanu going, he's so easy to make fun of. Suck my ass. You know what? Bring up her. No. What was that? I'm just sitting here doing a fine little program for everyone. And out of the blue, I get shanked by a pal. You know what, though? It is Gino and Keanu. It's at least I'm used to it. Leo with $1 says, how excited are you to have Carson Wentz as your quarterback for the next few weeks? Laughs in Philly. Thanks. Thank you. $5 from Helgi says, forgive me for not really being in a joking mood on the shit that is going on to have ramifications, the likes of which most people refuse to acknowledge. Well, you're forgiven, I suppose. I guess. I don't feel like I have to forgive you. But he does call Aaron a Charlie Kirk grifter for a comment he made about, I was hoping the Charlie Kirk joke would make them laugh. Did I say that? Did I have a good Charlie Kirk joke? I mean, if I had a good joke, I mean, here's my thing. I have said so many fucking spot on things, so many fucking killer hot takes on the Charlie Kirk thing, so many like magic rants on the Charlie Kirk thing. One fucking joke is not going to undo the world. Like one little thing is not going to undo everything. I think we'll be okay. I get it though. Like I understand, like Alex knew the guy. Like that's understandable for sure. Believe me, if I said something fucking out of pocket, out of line, my audience would jump down my fucking throat for it, for sure. Speaking of trauma-based, what was it? Trauma-based manipulation or whatever it is. 135 away from today. Streamlabs, PayPal, Venmo, Super Chats, and Rumble Rants. I do find it funny that Alex goes, Aaron actually is a funny guy and he's a good broadcaster, and then immediately could like sense the heat and went and pivoted. It's because I understand it. I get it. All right, we got Cory Booker and Cash Patel, and then MSO is really excited for this one. We've got Adam Schiff and Cash Patel. You know, this is like when a fighter loses a fight and he's kind of losing his reputation, so he takes a fight with a tomato can and just kicks the living shit out of them so he can kind of rebuild his confidence. That's what Cash Patel going up against Cory Booker and Adam Schiff is for. You know, Cash Patel has been getting the shit kicked out of him by both sides for how he's handled the investigation. He's been getting the shit kicked out of him for, what was the other one? Obviously, the Epstein thing, but then also his feud with Pam Bondi and all of that stuff. So you want to look better standing next to a piece of shit? Go talk to Cory Booker. This is Cash and Spartacus getting at. So we got Spartacus here, and we got fucking Thor and Valhalla over here.
Mr. Patel, in just 8 months, you have assaulted the institutional integrity of the FBI.
What?
But I know FBI field agents. I've worked with them in Newark.
He's fucking Spartacus. Like, of course Spartacus is going to work with FBI. I am an FBI agent, Mr. Patel. That's what you don't understand.
No matter how truly bad you are, you can't undermine the legacy of agents who fight every day to keep us safe, but you can tarnish the integrity of the agency and undermine the agency's capacity. I believe you're failing as a leader. and that your failure does have serious implications for the safety and security of Americans and our families. We're more vulnerable to domestic and foreign attack because of your failures of leadership. I don't think you're fit to hand the bureau, but here's the thing, Mr. Patel.
Ew, I hate how fucking performative this guy is. Everything he does, it just looks like he did it in front of his mirror before he came down to the Senate floor. Like the book flipped up. Here's the thing. You know he sat at his desk and he's like, all right, he has his staff sit over on the couch. He's like, and I'm going to say, here's the thing. You know what? Do you think when I say here's the thing and I'm really, sanctimonious, should I flip my notebook closed? Do you think the notebook flip is a good idea? Yeah, I think I'll do that. All of his staffers are like, what do we tell him? He's like, just nod. He just likes to hear us say yes.
Hell, I think
I want to go back to the notebook flip.
And foreign attack because of your failures of leadership. I don't think you're fit to hand the bureau, but here's the thing, Mr.
Oh, he looks so mad when he does it.
Patel, I think you're not going to be around long. I think this might be your last oversight hearing.
Oh, is this a death threat?
Because as much as you supplicate yourself to the will of Donald Trump and not the Constitution of the United States of America, Donald Trump has shown us in his first term and in this term, he is not loyal to people like you.
Let me just posit this question quickly. What is it that Cash Patel has not done at the FBI that Cory Booker would do if he was at the FBI? You think the people that control Cory Booker, that influence Cory Booker, you think they're going to let him release the Epstein files? Have we heard Cory Booker be an adamant, release it, show us the black book, name the names? No, Cory Booker hasn't been that guy. So everything that Cash Patel is catching shit for, Cory Booker would catch shit for too.
He will cut you loose. This may be the last time I have a hearing with you because I don't think you're long for your job.
Wow.
But I'm going to tell you this. I pray for you.
Well, brown on brown crime over here. It's sad to see. I weep for our nation.
I pray for you.
Oh.
That you can step up and defend your oath, defend the Constitution, and do
Is that a short joke?
A much better job of defending this country. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
What's the question? That's what I don't like about this performing fucking theater kid douchebag Cory Booker. It's like, I think you suck at your job. I think you're going to get fired soon. I don't think anybody likes you. I think your shoes are gay. All right, I'm done. Like, what would you like me to, what am I supposed to respond to?
Do you want to say anything?
Yes, sir.
At this point?
Look at how pissed off he's still looking. This guy is so remarkably full of shit.
That rant of false information does not bring this country together.
First of all, let me stop you there. A rant of false information is what we call in Washington, D.C., the number 6 Cory Booker special. So a little fucking respect, please.
If you want to work on bringing this country, it's my time, not yours.
My God.
If you want to talk about
dividing this country,
it is
I
my
follow
time.
you on your social media posts.
Oh, he follows him on Twitter. Somebody's a fanboy.
That
it is
tear
my
this country
time
apart.
to address your falsehoods.
Oh,
you are an
you can try
embarrassment
all
to
you
the division
want
in this country.
to not take
It is
responsibility
my time.
for what you
had
have
your
said.
time.
Sir, you're
Your
making a
time is
mockery of this
over.
committee. Sir, you don't tell me my time is over.
You
The
know how
people
far
of New
we've
Jersey
come
tell me
since
what my
Utah?
time is.
Senator,
You can't lecture me.
You can tell me
Sir,
my
you
time's
have-
over?
You may be the charge of the
I'm not
FBI.
going
I think I've seen this same fight at a gay bar. Wait, that means I was at the... Son of a bitch. Just 1 second here. God damn it. Sorry, I did.
But I am not afraid of you, sir.
Chairman.
Not afraid of you.
Whoa, put up your dukes. My dad can beat up your dad. Cory Booker should not be allowed to be a senator.
Chairman, point of order. Senator Booker, I announced at the beginning of this meeting that this back and forth talking over each other doesn't work, and I said...
Holy shit, is that the skeleton of Chuck Grassley? Jesus Christ, he was old when I was in high school. Oh my God. It is amazing to watch someone's body decompose while they're still alive. His lips are sucking in. His teeth are getting bigger. Oh, my. His ears are, they're direct TV antenna. Holy shit, old man Grassley. And then Cory Booker is just, excuse me, Mr. Chairman, but I need to do this. It's the only time my constituents ever see me doing anything.
That happened. I asked Patel not to respond, and I was going to give him some time after the senator's time was up to respond.
Yeah.
And he has the privilege to do that uninterrupted.
Mr. Chairman,
you kids today with your Dan Fogelberg and your Pac-Man video games, you have attention spans that can be measured in nanoseconds.
Go ahead, Mr.
I've
Patel.
watched him talk over us, and you've never once criticized him for us not even being able to get our questions out.
Well,
he has been rude and disrespectful to senator after senator.
Dad, he was mean to us first. Make him say sorry.
And when the senators were not giving him a chance to answer, I didn't stop the senator either. Go ahead, sir.
It's like kids visiting their grandpa in an old folks' home. Our country's dying. The greatest experiment in the history of democracy is fading into the history books, and we get to be alive to watch the end. Isn't this fun? Go ahead, Cory Booker, and give me crazy eyes and say some crazy shit.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. If the FBI, under my 7-month leadership, were failing this administration in this country, why do we have 23,000 violent felons arrested this year alone?
I don't know, man, but you were great in House, MD.
A double increase from that time last year. Why is it that we have seized 6,000
Parks and Rec? I think he was better in Parks and Rec, to be honest with you.
weapons? Why have we found 1,500 child predators and arrest them? Why have we 300 human traffickers in jail? Why have we found and identified 40?
Because you just looked around the Capitol? Hey-oh!
3,700 children. Why have we seen 1,600 kilograms of fentanyl in enough to kill a third of the American public, a 25% increase alone from last year? 88,000 kilograms.
Because you busted Hunter Biden's mansion? Oh! It's getting stupider.
Kilograms of cocaine seized, 700 kilograms of meth seized, and that's just on our criminal.
Because you guys fucking hate to party?
Operations in summer heat. How is it possible that we're taking 8 kilograms off the streets of the cities in New Jersey and preventing the deaths of 607,000 people this year alone? A failure of the FBI and my leadership. How is it that we have counterintelligence arrests already this year exceeding the numbers from the entirety of last year? 33% increase in PRC, 83% in Russia, 60% in the CI space as it relates to Iran, and we haven't even talked about CT, the southern border, the northern border.
Be funny if Booker was like, well, I mean, I guess when you put it that way, I kind of look like a giant gaping asshole. Good job. Chairman, let the record show that guy's cool. I'm fine with it. I haven't eaten lunch today. I'm just kind of being a dick. My bad. On a wall with $2 says Chrissy fantasizes about underage boys. Fact, not defamation. Look, we'll play that later. Right now, we're 135 away. It's not like, I'm not going to do a Keno Casino clip of internet drama stuff while I'm staring down the barrel of a 135 loss with less than an hour to go. Streamlabs, PayPal, Venmo, Super Chats, Rumble Rants. If I'm going to lose, I'm going to lose with at least a little bit of dignity this evening. The show is solid. I'm good. Let's go ahead and team up. And what is it? Trauma-based support or whatever Alex called it. I liked it. Not enough to remember it, though. Streamlabs, PayPal, Venmo, Super Chats, Rumble Rants. Let's hit the goal. Here it is. MSO's been waiting for this one all night. This is Cash Patel and Adam Schiff. Adam Schiff is another one of those guys who's just, the world is his stage. Adam Schiff is one of these guys who's never had an authentic feeling in his professional life. I don't know about his personal life, but in his professional political life, this guy has never had an authentic feeling. He's never had an authentic emotion. It's always been performative. Let's watch him go up against Cash Patel.
Protecting this country, providing historic reform, and combating the weaponization of intelligence by the likes of you, and we have countlessly proven you to be a liar in Russiagate, in January 6th. You are the biggest fraud to ever sit in the United States Senate. You are a disgrace to this institution.
Excuse me, Mr. Patel, allegedly, please, if we could. I'm not trying to get in the way. You're doing your thing, and I respect that, but allegedly.
An utter coward.
I'm not surprised.
I'm not surprised that you continue to lie from your perch and put on...
Oh, Cash Patel with an I am rubber, you are glue. Whatever you say bounces off of me and sticks to you, and he lands it.
So you can go raise money for your charade. You are a political buffoon at best.
Well, you
That was actually, he doesn't need to say allegedly on that one. That one's just a pretty solid statement of fact.
take an internet troll.
Take it to the bank that the FBI is protecting
this
country and the state and citizens of the California. We are bringing historic reform.
Point of order.
But all you care about is a child sex predator that was prosecuted by a prior administration, and the Obama Justice Department and the Biden Justice Department did squat. And what did President Trump do? Bring new charges courageously. And what have we done?
Chairman,
you said I'm the most
control of this
transparent FBI director in history. 33,000 pages of information to you. I challenge you to say anything credibly to the truth. Go ahead and run to the cameras where you want to.
Right now, you might think that Chuck Grassley is trying to tell him to stop talking. He's actually chopping onions. He's making hush puppies. He can't be bothered. That's another one. Like, I'm sure everybody watches that as like pro wrestling. They're like, yeah, Cash got him. Fuck Adam Schiff. I just watch it and I go, we're done. Like, this is like, we're on our way out. Enjoy the ride. Hey, if you're a millennial like me, you got to remember the 90s, and they were fantastic. And even the early like everything up to about 9/11 was the age of innocence, and it was pretty good. So, just enjoy the ride,
Go now.
Both of you be quiet.
Again, they needed to be chewed out by Grandpa because he just wanted to enjoy his stories while he sat in the home while they came and visited him. Yeah, now both of you be quiet. I'm not going to stand for you rapscallions making any more racket while I'm in here trying to watch the NASCAR race, for Christ's sake. Granny just wrote me. He said, I attempted to call and ask Jesse Lee Peterson about the steel toe parable today, but his executive producer muted me. I mean, could you blame Jesse Lee Peterson if he's embarrassed to be associated with the toe? I mean, I'm a cancerous name. For goodness sake, let's eat some cake. Thank you very much to Aboliticious for $1 with Erica. Yeah, wow. It's looking tricky tonight. It's looking tricky. We'll see what we can do. 135 away. Nothing on Venmo or PayPal yet tonight. So Streamlabs, PayPal, Venmo, Super Chats, and Rumble Rants. Let's see. You know what? You guys have given me no reason not to do this tonight. So I don't know. I'm not saying let this be a lesson to you. And I don't know what's going on over at the Stein show at the moment. But I want to do one thing before we move on to our next deal. And I want to talk about something. Here we go.
Well, hello there.
Hi, are you still on Alex's show?
No, we're done now.
Okay, I have a question for you.
Sure.
Alex, we saw the clip. Alex said something very nice. He said, Aaron's a funny guy. Aaron's a good broadcaster. And then the trauma-based whatever to beg for money. I thought that was a great line. But, after Alex said, before Alex said that Aaron's actually a funny guy, all you could say was, Aaron is easy to make fun of.
I didn't mean it. I did.
Oh!
It came out wrong.
That's funny you say that because it sounded...
Is that what I said?
Because it sounded bad.
I stuck up for you. Did you watch it?
No. I only got like a 20-second. I'm doing a show right now for way less people than you were doing a show for.
You should have told me. No, I stuck up for you the whole time. When we sit down, he's like, we got to talk about the toe. I said, oh, sure. I stuck up for you. Don't be silly.
I have to be honest, and you know this about me. I in reality, I don't care.
I know that.
But I will say this.
You need to watch the whole thing.
I saw the fear in Alex Stein's eyes when he had to admit that I'm funny, and I like Alex, and I think Alex likes me. But
of course.
I saw Alex go, I'm going to get so much help for this and blah, blah. Here's the cowardice. Here's what I don't like about the move that Alex pulled, and a lot of people pull this. Like, as soon as they admit that, oh, he does a good show or, oh, he's funny, they feel like they immediately have to say something critical, or they're worried that people are going to say mean things about him.
Actually, he did say he's a good broadcaster and he does a show. Did you hear that part?
Yes. I heard that part.
Well,
I heard that part.
Of course you did. Yes.
But I also have a big enough ego that I wanted to hear more, quite frankly.
Well, listen to it, because he definitely had some things to say, but he obviously likes you. But of course he has to, he's got to play both sort of, he's got to be nice to everyone. Or mean to everyone.
What was the Charlie Kirk joke I made? I don't know what Charlie Kirk joke I made.
I don't know that either.
He said something like he made a Charlie Kirk joke and I didn't like it. I'm like, what fuck? I've been angry about the Charlie Kirk thing.
I was like, he's been covering that. He's a newsman. I said something of the like.
I'm a newsman.
He's in here like Walter Cronkite.
Yeah, I'm just sitting here, I'm like Walter Cronkite if he yelled Jew every 5 minutes.
Well, enjoy your show. We're walking into a restaurant with Chrysanthemum and the other guests on the show. So I will have to let you go. But enjoy your program.
You tell Chrissy I said hi, and tell her I'm sorry that she had some ingrate traders at her content hotel that rolled on her.
I'll let her know.
All right. Take it easy.
Thank you.
Right.
Take care. Bye.
Chad Buzamok says, it was about you mentioning goal and how your coverage of it should have got you more money. I stand by it. It should. I did a phenomenal job. It had nothing to do with Charlie or his memory. It was all about me being very impressed with the quality of program I put on and feeling that I deserved much more for the effort I put in. There's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that whatsoever. But I can understand where it made people feel sensitive. I 100% own that part of it. All right, 1:35 away from today. Tonight, the morning show is kicking the shit out of you guys. Oh, my God. Morning show for the win. That's trauma-based e-begging is what that is. All right, let's get into all of our other stuff. Ooh, the bear skinning story. I want to do this one. This has nothing to do with RFK Jr., by the way. This is 100% something different. Although I do think it's great that RFK Jr. is not only our Health and Human Services Secretary, but is on like a radical crusade to make this country, quote unquote, healthier. And it's also a guy who found a dead bear and dragged it into the bike path in Central Park. And for no other reason than he was just fucking around, just having a good time. Or like a guy who took a dead whale carcass. This is, again, RFK Jr., who took a whale carcass and just drove it home. Like, not to the ocean, not like its home, like to RFK Jr.'s home. There's something about RFK Jr. and dead animal carcasses that he finds in the wild. He's enamored with them and he needs to touch them. And then he's like, I think it was vaccines that gave me a parasite that made me talk like this. It's like, are you sure? Are you sure it wasn't the dead big game that you've been lugging around all these years? You couldn't have gotten sick from all of the dirty, dead animal carcasses you've been handling? It had to, all right. Hey, look, I wasn't there. But this is a different story. This has nothing to do with the Make America Healthy Again movement. Two undergrads who had valid New York State hunting licenses killed a bear lawfully over the weekend. Now, nothing wrong with that. You're allowed to go bear hunting. Especially, I mean, if you got a license, you can go hunt bear. It's a lot of people enjoy it. It's to them, it's thrilling to kill something that large. The problem occurs when the students brought the animal into a Cornell University residence hall for processing on Saturday before a police report was made when a complaint was filed late Sunday night. The school official said, adding that no charges have been filed. And, it's not Red Dead Redemption. It's a very prestigious university, and you just I would have paid so much money for there to be a video of this, of two guys just lugging a dead bear carcass, a bloody dead bear carcass, into a residence hall. So like the lobby of a residence hall, and just slap it up on the table and start fucking field dressing the thing. Oh, I wish they would have filmed it. I wish they would have live streamed it. By the way, I was watching Candace Owens live stream today. She had 292,000 people watching. It was incredible. And as I'm watching her, being the Jew money-grubbing whore that I am, I'm watching her super chats come in, and I go, God damn. I go, if I could just have, 150 seconds of this existence for each of my shows, happy guy. Happy guy forever. So they bring the bear in. They start field dressing the thing. They start cutting it up. However, there no charges yet. An investigator with the Department of Environmental Conservation, which oversees hunting in New York State, visited the school on Sunday and found no code violations. They did not break the law. They are not going to be arrested. They are not going to face charges. It is official. You can bring a dead bear carcass into your college's residential hall, and you can just start cutting it up. And then you can sell it to Johnny for his bear jerky. Perfect. Here in America, we hunt bears. In Russia, they wrestle them so they can become MMA champions, and the most boring MMA champions. Who would have thought that like wrestling bears in Eastern Europe, it makes you a very effective MMA fighter, but a remarkably boring one. Chad Buzmak says Chad mentioned on Kirk's memorial live stream, I think he had $100 super chats flying, so I looked. One show, he made $26,000. Chad mentioned on Kirk's, who's Chad? Chad made $26,000. Which Chad? Not Zumak, obviously. Why am I so fucking stupid? Why can I not? Chad. Somebody made you. So wait, a memorial stream, you can make $26,000 for just showing the body transporting, or do you mean the JD Vance episode? Buzmak says Zumak, Charlie Kirk. Oh, so you mean like the show that JD Vance did yesterday? He made $26,000 on it. Okay. Charlie Kirk made 26. Well, Charlie Kirk's channel made 26,000. I hear you. All right, boys and girls, we got there's something about being this far away, this close to 40 minutes from the end of the show that's oddly liberating, I have to say. 135 away from tonight. If you give a hoot, throw in a couple of bucks. Otherwise, I'm here to just kind of piddle and piss around through these fucking stories for 100. About 275 of you. Hit like, hit subscribe, hit follow, click one of those links, show some pity for the toe, and help us knock out 135 and stay stay perfect for the week. So this is a story I've been trying to get to for a while. You can tell it's an election year because in all of these liberal cities, they're trying to pretend they give a shit about homelessness. They spend 3 years going, yeah, fuck it, let them pitch Coleman tents and fucking not out on heroin all day while kids walk by to go to school. No problem. But then as soon as an election year comes around and they look at polling and they go, oh, people are mad that their kids in Minneapolis have to walk over junkies to go to school. Well, you know what? Let's do something about it this year. We'll get back to not giving a fuck after the election's over. November 10th, we'll stop giving a shit. So now the Minneapolis City Council is suing places over allowing homeless encampments. And guys, who do you think owns the business that is allowing the homeless encampment on their property and will not let the city clear it out? I'll give you a hint. They've just been such a gift to have here in Minnesota.
Into the 1 o'clock hour, we're glad that you're with us. Our streaming folks have been hopefully with us for a long. We've been streaming on your Fox Local app and Fox9.com from noon until 2, trying to keep track of any.
Still don't care.
Try to give you a little bit more context. Is happening in Minneapolis, and there's this battle that's been brewing over, I guess, kind of a makeshift encampment on a property owner's land. And
what disrespect by the TV people. They go to a streaming version of a show and they just stop giving a shit about presentation and they just turn into stuttering, muttering pricks.
Mayor Fry called a special closed-door meeting today with the city to try to figure out how to remedy this, because there's a bit of a conflict there. Rob's covering it for us, and he joins us now. I think he's there for us. Hey, Rob. So tell me a little bit. This is a closed
way to hang on to that hair, Rob. I feel you. I get it, buddy.
About what is coming or came out of this meeting today?
Well, we do, because they just finished the public portion of this meeting. So they went into a closed-door session at about 9:45. Came back right around noon, and that was the private session to discuss potential litigation. Then they spent about the next 45 minutes or so debating this before just wrapping up 10 minutes ago, maybe, in which they voted 6-5 in favor of moving forward with litigation.
So the city of Minneapolis, and remember, this is a very liberal city. This is the most progressive city in Minnesota. The heart of Leftyville in Minnesota is the Minneapolis City Council. They're so fed up with homelessness that they're going to sue I'll just tell you now, they're going to sue a Somali restaurant owner because they will not allow them to come in and clean out the homeless encampment that's on their property.
Against Hamoudi Sabri, who is the private property owner where this encampment has been for the last 60-some days. This is just off of Lake Street. So we had done stories with it right before the fair started. And this meeting was originally scheduled for the day of the Annunciation shooting. So that was scheduled for now. But so they will move forward with litigation against a private property owner for not doing more about this encampment.
Well, here, I mean, I understand, you got to do what's best for the city, and cleaning out this homeless encampment is what's best for the city. But, I mean, in a way, fuck you, city of Minneapolis. You're just pretending to give a shit about all this right now because, again, it's an election year and people have had it. People, they hate the job you've done. So now you're just going in and you're trying to push this guy around so you look better when we all know you don't mean it. And also, it's his private property. If he wants to let a bunch of smelly homeless people stay on his private property, technically he should be allowed to do that. And what are you going to do? You're going to all of a sudden come around like the dad who was never there, and you just want to start taking them to ball games? You want to start taking care of the people who have had it with the homelessness problem after you've allowed this to grow and fester for so long? I ain't buying it. And now you're going to sue a guy. Now this poor guy has to pay lawyers and everything else because he's taking his private property, and as gross as it is, I mean, this is why I don't live in the major cities here in Minnesota. As gross as it is what they're doing, it's his private property, and technically he should be allowed to do it. Thank you, Aboliticious, for gifting a membership 1:30 away from today. Are we going to, we might put up a fight tonight. I'm not too worried about it. I smell a really bad miss coming tonight. So I'm not going to fight too hard for it. I'm just going to appreciate whatever you guys throw at us. 1:30 away from tonight. 1:30 and a half hour is a big hill to climb. It's not looking good. So thank you for whatever you do. If you don't do anything, hey, we came on for a couple hours. We had a good time. our illustrious string of perfect weeks is, what do you do? 1:30 away. Do what you can. Streamlabs, PayPal, Venmo, Super Chats, Rumble Rants. Let's go ahead and watch this one. This is a California story. This is kind of a break from all this heavier government policy-based shit. This is just some silly nonsense out on the West Coast.
For many, this Kia sedan is just a way of transportation. But for Isis Wharton, it's an extension of her identity.
I'm proud of my name. I'm proud that it's on my car, and I feel like driving around, it looks cool.
On Friday, Wharton receiving this, a letter from the California DMV regarding her car's personalized license plate.
Did you see it? Her personalized license plate says, I am ISIS. I love her. It's balls, man. It's balls. So, with her name being Isis Wharton, she's totally within her right to have her. I mean, other people have their name. Like, if her name was Bob Wharton and it said, I am Bob, no problem with that. I am Bill. I am Pay. Whatever you want. But no, her name is Isis. I mean, she had the name before the terrorist organization that we created did. I mean, that we fought so bravely against. What is it? ISIS started in 2012, somewhere around there, 2012, 2014. I would assume that she's older than 13 if she's driving a car, so she had the name first. It's totally fine. Plus, it's priceless to see the look on people's faces when you pull up with that license plate. You also got to worry about getting your shit keyed.
Dear Isis Wharton, the Department of Motor Vehicles has reviewed its records, and it was determined that personalized license plates, I am ISIS, assigned to your Kia contain a configuration of letters that are non-compliant with the requirements of Title 13.
The only thing that would have made it cooler is if she owned a red beat-up Toyota truck. And then it said, I am ISIS. That would have made it way better.
My little name here.
Wharton purchasing the $50 license plate in 2022 with no issues and has paid a $50 renewal ever since.
I just did my registration a couple months ago, and they didn't say anything then either.
The DMV now says the license plate goes against Section 206 of the California Code of Regulations and allows the agency to refuse plates that associate with anything illegal or violent, adding,
it's literally the first pro-America thing California's done in years.
Quote, regardless of your intention, the configuration I am ISIS can be construed as I am Islamic State of Iraq and Syria.
I mean, they're not wrong, but what's it gonna do? I've got a license plate on my Kia that says I am ISIS. I mean, is that gonna lead to the caliphate toppling the United States? Like, are we gonna have to reenact the Battle of Tours?
You opened that letter. What was the first emotions reading that?
I was surprised. My first reaction, I was super surprised. I was confused since I've had it for so long. And I was honestly super hurt.
The free speech.
Hey, MSO, I would argue that nobody's saying you can't have a vanity license plate. We're not even saying you can't carry your vanity license plate. We're just saying you can't have your vanity ISIS license plate in town. Every time. People ask me, is that ever going to get old? And I'll tell you this. I'll let you know when it does.
Speech clause protects people saying their own messages on personalized license plates. And so most likely the DMV is not going to be able to prevent her from saying that.
McGeorge School of Law professor Leslie Jacobs weighed in on the situation, citing that Wharton's license plate is protected under the First Amendment.
Because the United States Supreme
Court... Right, you can say, I am ISIS. What if you have really low self-confidence and you saying I am ISIS is like you saying like I'm a piece of shit? Like that's allowed.
Court has said that specialty license plates, those are the ones like Save Lake Tahoe, can be government speech, and maybe the government can prevent people from having specialty license plates, but these are personal license plates.
For now.
Well, what's the difference? Can I have a license plate that says cunt fag? Or is that not? I guess there's only one way to find out. Am I right? Let's hit the goal. No.
Wharton is unsure what's next, but like the Egyptian goddess Isis she was named after, her family nurturing with support.
My mom was so upset. She loves my name, and she's always been a big advocate for anyone that's been offended by my
belly button tattoo, boys. Run like hell. A cup, belly button tattoo, and collarbone tattoos. Yeah. She only knows what her mother has told her because her father has not spoken to her.
name, and so she was the one that was like, you need to do something about that. Like, don't just change it, like do something about it.
In Sacramento, Denzel Cortez, KCRA 3 News.
Well, I think she should be allowed to keep it. Like I said, I don't understand how that has any impact on international affairs. I have a license plate that says I am ISIS. Oh, well, I guess they won. I guess the war's over. 09 Canyon says Aaron's vanity plate says I am hungry. Now, wait a minute. No. I'm not going to sit here and read insults of me in the chat when I've made $40 tonight. All right? I am willing to celebrate with all of you. I am willing to read all the insults, all the fun little things, but not when we're 1:30 away. Look, we can have two different kind of shows. We can either have a show where I rip and read stories and I just do the show to entertain myself, which is kind of what we're going to be doing tonight for the next 25 minutes. Or we can have a show where the chat's involved and the goal's getting knocked out and we're telling jokes and we're busting each other's balls. No. I don't think you understand how this grift works. I don't think you understand how the grift works. When the goal's getting hit, we can do all of the vanity license plates. I'm sure you guys are coming up with great stuff right now. I'm sure you guys are coming up with the most hilarious stuff I've ever seen. Doesn't matter. We got to knock out. If we don't knock out, it ain't as much fun for me when it's just like I can go hang out with my friends. I can go hang out with my cousins if I don't hit the goal, and they can shit on me for free. That's totally fine. You people who I don't know, that's the trade-off. You hit the goal. You bust my balls. We all have a great time. Everybody has fun. How do we not know each other by now? Breaks my heart. Aboliticious gifting another membership. I'm pretty sure most of tonight's show has been funded by Aboliticious. Thank you very much. 125 away from tonight, 76 away from 500. Yeah, we're looking at a crash landed tonight. We're just gonna have some fun with it. Streamlabs, PayPal, Venmo, Super Chats, Rumble Rants. But honestly, it's what I say, 125 away. Yeah, brace for impact. ABC anchor resigns after being suspended for an on-air Charlie Kirk tribute. Now, this is interesting. I don't think news anchors should be taking it upon themselves to be doing tributes to, like, assassinated people. I feel like it should be a thing. Like, this is kind of the trade-off you make working for a news organization, working for somebody else. You are a teleprompter reader. You are the Ron Burgundy. You read what they tell you to read on the prompter. If you go off prompter for whatever reason, you're probably going to get punished. And I think the only reason she didn't get fired is because it was about Charlie Kirk. If you take their very heavily scripted, very heavily produced news product and you ad-lib any kind of story that they didn't clear first, they're going to suspend you, they're going to punish you, and in some cases, they're going to fire you. I think the fact that it was Charlie Kirk and it would have been a terrible look for them if they would have fired her for it, I think that's why they only suspended her. Let's take a look. Maybe I'm wrong.
Much for tuning into Marketplace today. So I want to talk about something for a minute, and it is heavy, so please bear with me. I want you to know that it's okay if you feel sadness. It's okay if you're grieving. 2 days ago, I lost a mentor, my first boss, the first person who made me believe in myself.
Mitch Kupstein. But anyway, this Charlie Kirk thing's kind of fucked me up too. It's
encouraged me to chase this dream that you're watching right now. Charlie Kirk. There's a lot going on in our world right now, in our country. But I want to say one thing. Lean on your neighbors. Speak up for what you believe in. I don't care what it is. I want to share with you one of my favorite sayings that Charlie would always tell us at the office. He would yell it from the mountaintops, so please listen. When conversations stop...
Who ate all the goddamn bagels? It's always made us laugh. Always made us laugh.
...happening, when individuals become wordless, that's when violence begins. So, if you do one thing today, make it be with passion, with conviction. Stand up for your friends, stand up for your beliefs, and speak loudly, even if your voice shakes. Your words have meaning, your values have purpose. Never forget that. Thank you, CK. You changed my life. Much for...
See, the thing is, it's a news show. And I understand how these news shows work, and what they do is they don't want you being the star. Like I said, they want you reading the teleprompter. They want you just conveying the news. They don't want you becoming Bill O'Reilly. You know, they don't want you becoming Tucker Carlson. They don't want you to becoming like a commentator, and they desperately want everything run by them. So I don't know if this was necessarily even an anti-Charlie Kirk thing. I don't know if this was a Republican versus Democrat thing. I really honestly believe this is just the stuck-up news cunts wanting things done a certain way. Let's take a look at what she tweeted. She writes, effective immediately, I have resigned from WICS ABC 20 after being suspended for airing a nonpartisan tribute to Charlie Kirk this past Friday. Many in the mainstream media have been fired or punished for mocking his assassination. I believe I am the first to be targeted for honoring him on air. Again, I don't think it would have mattered if you said nice things or horrible things about him. I think it's the fact that you did it. You didn't clear it with them first, and that's what they're pissed about. My resignation is guided by values that are essential to who I am, which I refuse to set aside in order to keep a job. I choose my faith and love of country and always will. Thank you, Springfield, my home, my community, my people. God bless Charlie Kirk and his beautiful family, and God bless these United States of America. I mean, that's fine. That's great. But again, like, this is a time where, you know, kind of going off script about Charlie Kirk is like, it's kind of become, it's become tricky for a lot of people to, I mean, I'm sure a small little tribute, I'm sure a little rest in peace. And also, I bet you the news last night was doing a lot of Charlie Kirk coverage. So I wish she wouldn't get, and she didn't, and by the way, she did not get fired. They suspended her. They basically said, you're going to take a couple of nights off. We just want you, we're going to keep you off the air for a little while. We don't want you going off the teleprompter, off script like that. She's the one who decided to resign. So I don't know. Bigot on socialist media says commentary is okay if you're a socialist fake. Look, I don't like that she was even suspended. I don't like it. If it was me, I never would have said anything. But I also, how the news works. Their assholes pucker up really tight about this kind of stuff, especially the smaller news networks, like the smaller markets. They really don't want to make waves. Annoyed Wawa supervisor says she got suspended for doing something other than her job on the air. The crying was embarrassing. Fuck her. You think if I started throwing hoagies at the customers, they'd keep me? I love that comparison. I do. Chad Buzamok pointing out that Alex Stein jinxed you tonight. He said you always hit the goal. Yeah, and this is the worst morning show miss we've had in a long time. I can remember in 80, not too long ago, that we ended up hitting. But I can't remember missing by triple digits before. And we're what is the number now? 120? 125. All right, 125 is the number for tonight, and we started at 170. I'm getting my shit pushed in. Shit. Streamlabs, PayPal, Venmo, Super Chats, and Rumble Rants if you'd like. Throw in $1 or $2. Let's see if we can die fighting tonight. There was shit, that reminded me of something. And I think I've given so little of a shit because of how down bad we are that I didn't. Where's my boy Aboliticious? He's $20 in for tonight. He's at 50. Okay, so he's just on the cusp of the cuck chair. I was worried. I was like, I think Aboliticious is back in there, but not quite. I will say this. No PayPal, no Venmo tonight. None. 0. It's all been Rumble and YouTube. That is it. That is it. I'll come back to you guys in the chat in a little bit. Hopefully we got a little run going. If not, losing. Getting our shit pushed in. Big L tonight for the toe. So you remember that story of the guy in Dallas beheading another man with a hatchet? Only in America is this take controversial. CNN is reporting this as like a hot story, like this is to be debated. This is water cooler talk. ICE calls for removal of man accused of beheading another man with a machete at a Dallas motel. Now, I guarantee liberal groups will fight this and try to appeal any kind of deportation. I mean, do you want to keep losing elections? Do you really want to fuck yourself over? Fight for the guy who chopped the guy's head off. I mean, at some point, I need to know from a left-wing Democrat, when can we kick someone out of this country who's here illegally? Because them just being here illegally doesn't do it for you. That's not okay. We got to let them stay here, and we should probably find a way to give them voting rights. When they commit crimes like human trafficking or assault, like Kilmar Abreu Garcia, that's not okay either. We got to keep him here. That guy's okay. How about chopping a motherfucker's head off? Can we kick him out then? A Cuban national, who officials say is in the U.S. illegally, has admitted to using a machete to kill a man in Dallas. All right, so he's even confessed to it. The suspect is accused of attacking and ultimately beheading another man in a violent incident at an area motel Wednesday. Dallas police identified the suspect as Jordanis Cobos Martinez, who is being held without bond on a charge of capital murder by terror threat. CNN has been unable to verify whether formal charges have been filed. I mean, again, he admitted it. He said he did it. He chopped the guy's head off. There's multiple witnesses. Well, I mean, the man's family. He was beheaded, I think, in front of his wife and son. His head was chopped off. So there's numerous people who watched the damn thing go down. Are we really going to debate this? Are we really going to go through the process? You can't just fly this motherfucker back down to Cuba. It's amazing. Like, we voted. It's incredible how much more extreme the voters in this country are than the people they elected. Because I think most of us who voted for Donald Trump, we had the idea of he's going to completely shut down the border. Nobody's getting across it illegally. And he's going to take all the people who are here illegally and he's going to kick them the fuck out. The crazy thing we have going on in this country now, and on immigration, this is how far apart the two extremes are. You have the right side is not happy with Trump because he's not kicking out enough people. The left side is not happy with Trump because they think he's being a big bad meanie head for trying to kick out people who are chopping people's heads off. They don't think that's right and we should find another way. I mean, it's on one hand, in a weird way, I feel bad for Trump. But like, these people are going to call you Hitler anyway. These people are going to say that you're a fascist and, you know, you're targeting brown people and just kicking them out of the country. If they're going to call you that, why are you holding back? Why are you trying to compromise with these people when they're not negotiating in good faith? Do what Tom Homan wants to do. Deport 7,000 illegals a day. If they're here illegally, you got to go. But instead, he's trying this middle of the road way, which the people who oppose him aren't going to give a shit. They're not going to give him credit for it. And the people that voted him in are going to feel like they were tricked. So I don't see what Donald Trump has to gain by this middle road approach. On a wall with $2 sends in a link. Nope. What is it?
What was the most frustrating?
Elkhorn administrator after false Charlie Kirk post online. All right. We'll go for it. There's nothing else happening. 125 away from today. We got 13 minutes left. If you got any pity and you want to keep the perfect week going, go ahead. If not, we're... Oh, my God. What a terrible night. Okay. Let's do this story that this guy just sent in. Fucking who cares? Go for it.
Is that I think 5 minutes of research from a clear-minded individual would have, really saved us a whole lot of pain and suffering along the way.
For the first time, we are hearing from an Elkhorn associate principal. She's falsely accused of making a post celebrating the death of Charlie Kirk. It's an update to a story we first told you about over the weekend. It all started with this post. It led to hateful comments and people calling for her.
Charlie Kirk deserves everything he got. He was a bigot, hated women, and was a Christian nationalist. Shame on those trying to make him a martyr. You are the problem with this country. All right, here's the first sign that this is bullshit and that they didn't make this post. What lunatic is going to post their own photo as the photo for a post about Charlie Kirk? Please, somebody explain to me just how in the shit you fell for this. And she's like, you know what I'm going to do? Just in case people don't know it's me, I'm going to put my face in as the photo. Guys, come on. Let's do a little better. I mean, look, says the guy that has what? I've fallen for 2 this week. I've fallen for the Destiny one. And I've fallen. What was the other one I fell for? Oh, the Amazon guy with the nose ring. Hey, thank you, Brian, for $14.88. He says, for the WPH. Oh, my God. There we go. Fire off the light for $14.88 for the WPH. Thank you, buddy. 110 away from tonight's goal. Do we fire up Erica at the end of the show to see if we can get Pity Donos to knock out this last hundy? Maybe we'll have a chance. Thank you, Brian, for the 1488. 1488 definitely gets the light. 110 away from this evening. All right, let's continue on. I'll put this all in the hands of God to see how bad we're going to lose tonight. Here we go.
Her to be fired. Except the person who made the comments wasn't Cindy. TMJ4's Kaylee Starl sat down with Cindy as she returns to the classroom and shares her message with others.
She might be right. This is a really shitty thing to do, but let's consider one thing. How bad do people fucking hate you that they went to the trouble to frame you for this?
Because you're lying through your teeth. You have to fire this piece.
Voicemail after voicemail. She needs to be fired. All pouring into the Elkhorn Area School District.
If you don't get that disgusting pig of a woman, Cynthia Rayberg, off of your staff today, immediately, there is going to...
I think since she never wrote this and they all fell for it, I feel like there should be an assembly where all these people who left voicemails have to come in and like embarrassingly and awkwardly apologize to her. Like, she has to sit there and look at them as they go, yeah, look, this whole thing got away from me. I know I called you a fat fucking pig. I know I said you have a snout and there's probably bacon cooking on your back. I called you a giant whale. I was emotional. It's on me. You know, sometimes when we're $100 away from the goal, I wish you guys would apologize to me that way, because some of these things are very, very hurtful. My titties feel heavy today.
To pay.
It's been that way for the associate principal of Westside Elementary, Cindy Rayberg, since 2:45 on Friday.
And I answered
That's really close to 2:30.
Phone, and someone was swearing on the other line, yelling at me, and I knew right away something was wrong.
What she didn't know, she was the subject of this post made by conservative influencer Ryan Fournier, falsely claiming she made comments about Charlie Kirk's death.
Ryan Fournier is kind of a boomer guy. Like, he falls for a lot of shit. I can see how this happened now. a lot of these people have kind of that bloodlust. They want to see like people writing shitty things about Charlie Kirk, and they just want to go and get them fired. Like they just want to get somebody for something. So this is kind of like over pursuit, you know, out kicking your coverage a little bit.
First thought when I saw that, I thought, who is Cynthia Irene? Right? That is not me.
In the hours following, vulgar comments, calls, emails, and even threats calling for her to be fired came not just to the district, but to her.
You know, falsely accusing someone and having that detriment to your character, I was a little worried about, but it was mostly just like that, oh my goodness, where are my kids? Where's my husband? You know, how
that's
does
a good
this look
point.
for everybody's safety.
Yeah.
I reached out to that poster Saturday.
And you're trying to reach is not available.
Well, one day later, he sent me a direct message on X sharing a post redacting his original statement.
Well, that's nice. At least he admitted he was
an
wrong.
Apology in there for causing distress towards myself and, you know, even all of the school district personnel that has been scrambling to try to help all weekend long.
Some of those personnel, like the district superintendent, Jason Tadlock, even taking calls during our interview.
You're in Louisiana calling us and harassing about something you know nothing about.
He says while the post is gone, the damage isn't.
Yeah, it did have an impact today. We had probably about 100 students that were called out across all of our schools.
As they navigate the messages, they have an increased police presence and are hoping this is a lesson that not just the students can learn from.
Yeah, it's such just a heightened, like a heightened sense of, really just a heightened sensitivity around this whole deal. I feel bad for that lady. Now she's like, look, I would never wish anything terrible on Charlie Kirk, but now I sure hope this fucking Ryan Fournier chokes on a fucking chicken butt. Like, she's probably not happy with that guy. Thank you. You need me more for the $5 on PayPal. Says breaking PayPal virginity for WPH. Wow. Aboliticious with 5 gifted memberships, basically sponsoring tonight's show.
I've sworn on the altar of God, total resistance against every form of tyranny, against the mind of men.
All right. And then Subi with $5 says, fuck the night show. Bunch of Jews holding on to their money. Well, now they're $75 away. And they're 71 memberships away from 500. So who knows? Maybe in the next 6 minutes, that $75 can come from somewhere, and we can call it another win for the toe. I know this. Aboliticious is back in the top 5. In fact, Aboliticious is now in first, and I misspelled it terribly. I'll fix that tomorrow, I promise. They are now in first place with $75. They just jumped ahead of Gray Duckling, Main Vein at 58, Orchard Park Todd at 55, and Jasper is in the cuck chair at 50. Stephanie falling out of the cuck chair. Goodbye, Stephanie. I'm sorry. All right, $75 away. You know what? Bonus story if you knock out the 75. A little WPH for you these next 5 minutes. Let's see if you can do it. 75 away. Streamlabs, PayPal, Venmo. Aspacker with $9.99 says now that they are going over Discord for Kirk threats, when do they go after Twitch accounts? I don't know, but now we're 70 away from tonight. Thank you, Aspacker. It's working. Erika, 70 away from tonight. Zarte duften, strömten, bluten klein. Aus der Heide blüht ein kleines Blümelein. Und das heißt Erika. All right. Let's see where we're at. Oh my God, Alex, what the fuck are you doing? The siren is going. Erica is going. What do we have? We are 70 away from this evening's goal. If it gets knocked out, one more story, and it will be a WPH story. Oh, my. I'm sorry, everybody can see the words. Jing, jig, zum, klubitsch, deiseslich. Der Heide blüht ein kleines Blümelein. Und das heißt, hey, if we're going down having a good time tonight, huh, boys and girls? $70 away from tonight. An extra bonus story for you if we knock it out during Erica. And it will be of the WPH variety. Oh, Mayhem Bear with $10 says, for the Live Deutsche. $60 away from tonight's goal. Can it be done? Can the miracle be completed? Denkst du an deine kleine Brot? In der Heimat reinst dein Rödelein. Und das heißt Erika. Oh my goodness. Well, we still got 2 minutes left. I think if we got any closer than 60, I restart the song. $5 from Dead Game says, it's the song, Tubby. Tubi with $20 says, just for the song.
I've sworn on the altar of God, total resistance against every form of tyranny, against the mind of man.
All right, $40 away. You got inside of 50. That seemed impossible just a little bit ago. So let's fire up 2 more minutes of the song, and we'll see if we can get it done. Fire up the WPH, $40 away. Boozmock writes, going back to radio anytime now. Hey, they'll have to take me as I am. Blümelein. The country's going this way. I'll be fine. 40 away from a win for the toe, which means a couple 5 membership gives. Asspacker with $9.99 says, here, just take it to stop singing. My God. 35 away from tonight's goal. 35? 1 minute left. Everybody. At least we can have fun. At least we can have a good time doing it. 35 away, 45 seconds left. All right, here we go. We got 10 seconds left. We're going to find a good spot to stop here. After Erica, we'll cut her off. $35 away. All right, let's see what we did. Let's go to the chat and see if we did it or not. Oh my God! Look at all this. We've got Helgi with 5. Helgi with another 5. You Need Me More with a gifted membership. That means $20 away with 70 gifted memberships from 50. We've also got Aboliticious with another gifted membership. Oh my God, guys. $15 away from tonight's goal and 69 memberships away from 500. I think you get the extra story. If we can get this last 15 and notch a win for the toe, that's an amazing win. So you know what? Fuck it. That rally is worth it. I believe in the toe boys and the toe gals, and I think that last 15 is on its way. So let's pick out a nice Erica. Well, that one might be a little. Oh, here's a WPH ambassador. The Hulkster was snubbed at the Emmys. Did you see it? Oh, my God.
Oh, you sound racist. Good. Yes. Yes, I am.
The Hulkster was snubbed at the Emmys, so they ran the in memoriam segment. Hulk Hogan, who was on live television every Monday night for years, not given an in memoriam at the Emmys. A white legend in Hulk Hogan snubbed by the lefties, by the liberals in Hollywood, because he was a Trump supporter and probably because he shouted the N-word. And I have to say, as an ambassador for the WPH, I find this kind of thing absolutely disgusting. This is a clear attack of Hulk Hogan based on his white identity. It's awful. And as I said, we simply will not have it. Numero uno with $1 says Hitler have a Nagila hype train never fails. Time to break the glass and hit that goal. Well, I tell you what, we're $15 away. So really, this is very doable in a very short amount of time. $15. Unbelievable rally. I mean, just incredible resiliency from the toe boys and toe gals. And they all threw it in. You Need Me More says, you're not actually disgusted with WPH, Aaron. My name is Aaron, not 44 Ron. Let me tell you something. How can I not embrace the WPH when it is so good to me and the audience responds to it so well? How am I supposed to turn my back on it? I ask you. So 15 away. Let's finish it off. The poor Hulkster. All right, this story's actually a miracle. This is really amazing. This is literally someone showing power. Maybe not the power you guys are thinking of, but this is such a wonderful story. Honestly, I don't care if we come up 15 short tonight. It doesn't matter. It's all ego. I am so happy for this story. This is so incredible. Sophia Forkas, who was shot in the head at Annunciation Catholic Church the day of that terrible shooting. She's been in critical condition. She's improving. She's getting better. Her doctor now says she is in serious condition. She is out of critical. The family is asking for everyone to continue praying for her. They're saying the prayers are working. 2 weeks ago, this is from the family. 2 weeks ago, our beloved Sophia suffered a devastating gunshot wound to the head. Doctors warned us she was on the brink of death. In that darkest hour, the world responded with faithful devotion and fervent prayer. We thank you all for the prayers, love, and unwavering support from across the globe. Last week, rays of hope emerged. Dr. Walter Galsich shared that Sophia was showing signs of resilience. Wednesday, the hospital upgraded her condition from critical to serious. Her progress to this point is being called miraculous. The family is calling it a miracle. Now, she's still in a medically induced coma, but this is one of the very few bright spots and happy stories to come out of that Annunciation shooting. She still has a long road ahead of her. Luckily, the family has raised more than $1.1 million to help them with her recovery. The road ahead for Sophia is steep, but she is climbing it with fierce determination, fighting not just for herself, but for every soul who stood by her in prayer. Please continue to keep Sophia in your hearts and prayers. She is a warrior. She is winning. That is incredible news. Wow. That is something, man. I mean, first of all, to be shot in the head and live, I mean, it's so incredibly rare. I mean, you rarely hear about it. It's and when they do, it's kind of like they're kept alive artificially. This is a woman this is a young lady who's not only survived a gunshot to the head, but she survived a gunshot to the head and is improving, like is showing like her vital signs are showing improvement. It just doesn't happen. Like it's a true blue miracle from this whole thing. Numero uno, Josh Denny fan with $1 says you should offer Destiny to come on your show to debate now that he's lost his platform. Split profits, hit goal. He didn't lose his platform. That was a gag. We fell for it. On a wall with $1 says the boy who shielded his friend was also doing better, last I heard. Wow. Yeah, so there's some good to come out of that. By the way, that brings us down to $10 away from tonight's goal. And I think I've got I've got 2 stories left for you. So we can hit that last $10. And I do appreciate it. You guys, I mean, what a fucking performance. What a grind. Unbelievable. Thank you very much. So essentially 2 more gifted memberships, and we called tonight a win for the toe. Hey, remember when Lil Nas X went walking around the street in his tighty whities? And he was just gaying it up all over the streets of L.A.? This is probably for the best. He's entered an inpatient mental health treatment program. Probably best for everyone. Himself, the community that now doesn't have to see his skinny little gay black ass running all over L.A. On Monday, the Old Town Road Star and his attorney represented him in Los Angeles court as a judge modified the conditions of arrest in order for him to be treated out of state at an undisclosed location. Lil Nas X's bail remains set at $75,000, and his next court date is November 18th. It looks good for him to go to an inpatient treatment program. It looks good ahead of his next court date. They'll show a little leniency. It's California. They were going to show a nutcase leniency anyway, especially one with money. But if you go to an inpatient treatment program like this, it looks good, and it might be a little more lenient. And also, let's not pretend that a fucking fruit basket who walks around in his underwear all fucked up on different drugs in the middle of the night in California, let's not pretend he couldn't use a little bit of that treatment. All right, there we go. Gray Duckling with $10. Shit, I got knocked out of first. Yes, Gray Duckling, we're now $3 away from today's goal. And Gray Duckling is now at $79, now ahead of Aboliticious went down to second place at $75. Main Vein is in third at 58. Orchard Park Todd in fourth at 55. And Jasper is in the cuck chair at 50. You Need Me More with $1 says, and you thought it wouldn't happen. I did. I doubted. Numero uno says, anyone else thinking how Tyler Robinson looks way straighter than Aaron? Abolitish is gifting a membership, and that knocks out tonight's goal.
But I'm afraid I've got some bad news.
But why did we have to do it like that? Another win for the toe. Way to go. And Aboliticious retakes first place at $80. And Gray Duckling now goes to second with 79. And it's a win for the toe. And you guys miraculously worked out the goal tonight. Thank you so much. Red Fox Mad with $4.99 says, Aaron, did you see our governor Tim Walz is running for governor again? I hope he loses. We'll get to that tomorrow. Guys, thank you so much. Another win for the toe. Unbelievable work. We grinded it out. It was looking really bad for a while there. We did 10 extra minutes, and you guys rewarded it with a WPH and a little Erica. Anything can get done. Thank you, Alex Stein, for the plug. I appreciate it, and I'll try to tell nicer jokes from now on. See you later, guys. Talk to you tomorrow morning. You're the best.